they're fine.
Who's fine?
You heard me.
Did I?
Yes, you did. Hello, stream.
Welcome, everybody, to Maxed and Doubled, episode 22. We are sans Josh today once more, unfortunately, because he is working. But next week he'll be back, at least for half the stream. Some of it. But, yeah, we got some fun stuff up ahead of us today. Do we have any announcements?
Michael?
I mean, yeah, I had a birthday, but...
Oh yeah, Michael, happy
yeah.
birthday! Woo!
Happy birthday,
I wish we'd
Michael.
planned this, because I could have done something for it, but I didn't plan this.
Where's this
Yeah,
cake?
you moron.
We'll stream tomorrow, that's fine. I'll stream the entirety of your birthday party tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Anyway, no further ados, please.
I do.
You'll only ever be safe when you stream alone. Just kidding, you won't be safe then.
I won't even be safe then. Anna will come in from the other side of the house and scream and do at me.
I think you won't be able to resist saying it.
Eventually, I think you'll indoctrinate me into the order, but for now, I think I've resisted. Previously, on Maxed and Doubled.
Let's make a saving throw. See if you did resist. Oh, buddy, that's rough.
That was a 16.
Yeah, but with your modifier.
Oh, yeah, true. What was that, my charisma modifier?
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Yeah. All of them. My stats are -4.
How do you exist?
The Calamity Hunters, having returned to Yoln from their expedition up north, where they killed Pestilence, the horse person.
It just makes you sound like we committed a hate crime against the centaur.
That's true. That is true. The horseman Pestilence.
You're saying horse person because of their gender, yeah?
Then discovered, rather surprisingly to most involved, that there was a feminine form of Pestilence.
Women can be whatever they want in this world. It's fine.
It's true.
It's not surprising to me. It might be surprising to you.
It was surprising to Fenrir.
Yeah, well,
So that's
he's
what I'm
sexist.
referring to. Yeah, he is.
You know what else
You've
was
thrown me
surprising?
Those antics, were they surprising to Fenrir?
So many things.
Yep,
So many things.
because he chucked a Finra and didn't pay attention.
I cannot believe you've taken my beloved badass character with a badass homebrew class and fucked him up for me.
You've met us before, right?
To be fair, I think you did that for yourself by making him fail the perception check, but you know.
Hey, just because I'm fair and I go with the roll of the dice, okay?
Yeah, the DC was too high. Should have been at least 2. Come on,
At
continue your
least
recap.
2. The party returned to Yoln,
Yoln.
reported to the Maestrial their feats, and warned her and the rest of Yoln about the presence of the horsemen and potentially the threat that they posed to the entire continent, or even the world, depending. They had some downtime, of which at the end of the week, war, Pestilence's comrade in
Annoying
arms,
big brother.
rode through Yoln, causing havoc, sweeping blows, killing civilians left, right, and centre as he rode down the main street, before moving past the centre district of Yoln, the Axel, and eventually heading out towards the south. Archibald, with a very creative plan using levitate and the lack of loss of momentum and inertia.
I feel like the word plan is being a little bit generous.
Some ideas that you had on the spot.
Yep. I'll take that.
It used levitate and its complete lack of inertia to Yon's athletic abilities to launch
it was
himself.
levitate and its complete lack of wind resistance. Thank you very much.
That's true as well. To launch himself forward at great speeds and catch up to War, where he found that War was in the process of abducting Fenrir.
Nah, mate.
A couple of good rolls later, and Archibald had detached Fenrir from the rear of the horse, shot up into the sky with a well-placed
Did you
boot
have to
into the
use that
ground.
word?
What?
Sky?
I mean,
You could have said shot up into the air.
No, I was talking about shot.
yeah. Before War wheeled the horse around and took Archibald out in a single shot of his bow. He lost concentration, fell to the ground with Fenrir, but when the rest of the party arrived, he wasn't there, and neither was Fenrir. They had disappeared.
Vanished.
As well as War, although
He
the
came
horseman once again appeared in front of them, ready to attack, ready to enter a confrontation, which was just barely prevented as he started to step forward by a mishmash army from Yoln appearing over the crest behind you all. War disappeared, not to be seen again, and the rest of you became concerned at Archibald and Fenrir's whereabouts. Silkus inquired into the methods that the Mestrial had hinted at of tracking a teleportation out of Yoln, and you all discovered that Archibald had likely ended up somewhere in Grodalia. You met Varamas, the Eladrin druid of steel.
Wow. You got, like, every defining trait of me wrong in that sentence. His name is... No, that's right.
No, I got that right.
Eladrin.
Eladrin, what's wrong with that?
Ladrin.
Don't call me that.
I'll throw a fuse at you.
I'm going to continue saying Eladrin just to piss
I'm
him
getting an eye twitch. Please continue.
off. This is the longest intro we've ever done.
I'm not even kidding.
The
I'm
single
like,
longest intro we've ever done.
That's what you get when
I
you
have a
say-
twitch on my face right now.
And the remaining party, Varamas teamed up with the remaining party and with the intention of heading out after Archibald and Fenrir to Grodalia. The Mestrial offered transport in the form of a ship, but you have requested a delay, courtesy of Varamas, of a couple of days so that you could make Sariel's birthday. Not that Sariel, Jong, or Silkus know that at this current stage. Although I believe they know about the delay, but not how it happened.
Yeah, it's just taken them a long time to find a ship. That's all.
Exactly right.
Oh well.
With that, you all have
must have rolled
exited
well
the
on my
log
luck.
room, and the Mestrial is currently in the process of recalling her second lieutenant as he runs off to prepare the ship. What would you all like to do?
Well, let's say.
So we know that we can't leave yet. Oh, that's right. You spun some tale about someone falling off the ship or something, getting hurt.
Yes, I did.
I believe me, Varamus, and Sulfur were having a run as wolves, and he was a freaking little
Yes,
wolf.
Yeah.
you did indeed do so.
So that's what I'm currently doing.
We're just
Where-
practicing.
where are you
wild
doing
shapes.
that? Through the
Outside the city.
Outside the
Yeah.
city. Okay, so you head outside the city and begin doing that. John, what are you doing?
I am doing secret errands, which we'll probably find out about soon.
Okay. Are
Do you
these
need
the
me
ones
to
that
like
I
diff
don't know
in
about?
for this
No,
or
that's the
something?
ones you know about.
Okay, good.
Do you need me to go upset the sound guy and Anna for a while? 'Cause I'll do it. They know I will.
Oh yeah.
Also, are you ever gonna turn off Josh's mic?
I thought I did.
Well, there you go.
Well, now they can only hear us in mono. Only hear me in mono, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of the very...
Binaural hearing.
Yeah, exactly. So, you're off on some secret errands. Where are you going exactly?
So I'm probably going to the shopping district of the city.
Okay.
I'm gonna go around, have a look. I figure we're not super time pressed, so I'm gonna I'm gonna.
No, once Varamas let you know that you had a couple days, you've got all the time in the world in that
Yeah.
in those days to do whatever.
What
There's
time is
nothing.
it, do you think?
What time is it currently? After all of that, it's only about midday.
Okay, that's good to know.
So you two at this current stage are just on your way
Yeah,
out
yeah,
of
yeah.
the city,
That's
getting ready, while you're
Yeah.
making your way
I was
around.
just trying to work out if it was still in the morning or not.
Yeah, all good.
So I think that after that, I would actually try to convince I would try to convince Silkus to have one last go at having a session with the therapist, but I suspect that would be rather difficult as I didn't quite fulfill his condition, and also he's not here. So
Let's just say that the conditions aren't met, so he doesn't agree.
yeah.
I know what he is doing.
What you don't want to argue with him right now about it?
I don't want Josh to get back and be like, wait, you
Damn
mean
it,
that
you guys
happened
set
now?
up a freaking counselling appointment.
It's like, or are we just gonna have like, we skip over it and then at the beginning of the next session, flashback.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Is anyone... So let's just say for the next couple of hours, you are out of the city, you're wandering around the
Like,
Versland.
I'll probably have a bit of a recap with the city's financiers about the plan, seeing as I'm here for a bit longer.
Okay,
Yeah.
roll a persuasion check for me.
Gonna check in on them.
Could be worse. It's literally dead on average as a roll.
And my persuasion, I think, is 13.
13. Not bad. Okay. Good to know. You feel
Yeah.
like you've made some headway
Yeah.
in convincing people of your long-term plan and the benefits of introducing it to a society.
Yeah.
But no one's actually budged yet. I feel like you've started to get some opinions on your side, but no one's budged yet.
Okay. Yeah. Disappointing, but
Do you want to text me what you want to purchase?
I think I told you last week.
I looked in my message. I can't remember what you said, and I couldn't find
I
it.
told you in person last week.
Yeah, I don't remember. So
I'll let you know.
now you two, I will have Varamas and Sariel, the two of you, if you could roll wisdom checks for me, please.
Just checks.
Just checks.
Okay, natural 20.
18.
There it is.
It was adjacent.
11.
11 and 18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sarah, you start to really get the hang of this wild shape thing that you've just recently learned as Varamas starts to teach you. You catch on to it a lot quicker than you're expecting. You don't... you kind of... It's hard to encapsulate how to make it happen, as you found out previously. It's kind of like, it's more of a feeling than anything. And as you're kind of stumbling through trying to figure out how to tell her, she's just picking out the right words, the right sentiments, and as you go over the next couple of hours, Tariel is finding it easier and easier to turn into different animals.
Excellent.
Of different types. So, considering you had such a high roll, I will say that from here on out, you can wild shape into whatever you like without a problem. You are proficient in wild shape.
What the fuck?
Makes sense that a wild woman is proficient in wild shape, though.
Unless anyone wants to do anything in particular for the rest of this day, you've texted me.
Yeah.
I will... yes. Okay. Let me just text you back that cost.
Guys, this is great. This is great.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
This is so not immersive.
There you go. Done. I remember this now. So unless anyone has anything else in particular they want to do into the evening or anything like that,
No, really.
Not
Other than stringing the bow. And building another tent to bring my days down.
roll an athletics check, and then roll a survival check for me. So you're not staying in the city again
Okay.
tonight.
No, I'm building a blanket tent in my room.
Oh, in your room. I see.
I'm camping
That
in my
is
room.
different to survival, but roll your athletics.
It's just like practicing building a fire, except out of rolled up towels.
Yeah, exactly.
While I was
14.
out there, I
14.
Yeah.
You get it strung again that you still can't draw the bow back.
Tim.
while I was out, I want to find like the place with the best view of the city
Mm-hmm.
that we like as we're running, just like the best view of the city that's got a fair amount of flat open space.
Okay, there are loads of these spaces.
Sweet.
Loads of
I'm
them.
going to choose one that has the best view of the city
Yeah,
because I did
cool.
say best, not okay-ish.
Well, there are a lot of
Not
very good views.
Similar to other views.
You want to look towards the sunset, away from the sunset, side onto the sunset.
Towards the sunset.
Okay, so you head to the east side of the city, closest to the water,
Yep.
essentially, and you head up onto one of the mountains there. A lot of the paths around here are just easily connected, so there's a very easy path up, and you get to one of the higher mountains. Behind you, you can see the Kolpatan Sea, just a huge expanse of water, and then in front of you, you've got a great view of the city as the sun starts to set and
Cool, yeah.
the lights begin to come on.
Right, sweet.
Sariel, you build a pillow and blanket fort in your room, which is still free at this current stage, so you're not paying anything for that room. John, you're just spending the night in the room with her.
Yeah. I imagine you still had your own room review while you are not drunk, elected to go to your own room this time.
Yeah. That's why I said in my room. You still have a blanket tent in your room, but I'm making one in my room.
Yeah.
Okay. So, everyone can get a long rest if they need it.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone does.
Oh, I'll take it anyway.
Take it anyway, you may as well. Yeah, you'll need your wild shapes
mean-
back, I guess.
Yeah. That's what I was
But
gonna say.
the following day is upon you. Early in the morning, Sariel, you are awoken to a flurry of fur and tail wagging. Very, very early. The sun is only just breaching the tops of the crest around Yoln, as Sulfur is so excited to see you right now.
I know, it's my yes, I know. Okay, I'll get up. Fine. And like shove her off me.
Okay. As you shove her off and kind of sling yourself out of your blanket fort,
Tot.
you see an array of little trinkets outside. Some of them a little bit slobbery. Some nice looking stones, a really funnily shaped stick, even a weird kind of small furry animal that looks a bit like a cross between a hare and a reindeer.
What's that one's name?
I'll let you figure it out.
Is it a jackal deer?
all strewn
So,
out
apart
across the
from
floor in front of you.
Apart from the animal, which I don't think would really fit, if it can fit, I'm gonna put all of it in like my belt pouch. Like,
Okay, it's about
and
the size of
each-
a hare,
well,
so
I'm
it
not
probably
gonna
wouldn't
put
fit
that
in the
in
belt
it,
pouch.
But everything else, I'm gonna pick it up and be like, "Oh, this is so pretty," and like make sure she knows I'm appreciating.
She wags her tail and her ears are way back in just absolute excitement. She is having so much fun watching you open your presents. You don't know how she really was able to get in and out, although the door is slightly ajar. She's obviously been closing the door behind her. But she is a smart wolf, so you expect that.
I mean, she probably goes up and goes and like twists to open it.
Yeah.
Like does it with her paws depending on the door?
Yeah.
Bree can probably open doors. I mean, Sif can open doors.
Yeah, we know Sif can open doors, that's for sure. So you're currently in your room with Sulfur. No one else is around. She is extremely excited. John.
I imagine I wake up at probably 8-ish.
Okay, so it'll be a
Yeah.
little bit later. We're looking at
A little
about
bit
6
later.
o'clock now. So naturally you wake up about a little bit later, a couple hours later than this. Are you doing anything now, Sariel, or...
I'm gonna literally like, how many things do you reckon that there is? Like,
There are about 5 separate items.
okay, so I'm gonna like, at least spend 20 minutes going over each one, like, full excitement, and then I'll skin the animal,
Okay.
and then I'll go downstairs and ask them to cook it for me for breakfast.
Okay. Okay.
Which is probably like the weirdest request I've had.
The fuck did you get this? Okay. Roll a persuasion check for me.
Okay. Oh, I have a +0 on persuasion. That is not. That's a.
Varamus
6.
would be awake
6.
at this point, and downstairs, probably trying to order a drink. When she walks down, I would like to help her out.
Yeah, they are cutting you off. And you're not happy about it.
I'm back in like spring mode, and like as Sarah walks down with the thing and is like trying to like get them to cook it, I'm like,
roll a persuasion check for you.
oh no.
Natural 20.
Nice.
You notice a couple times Sariel, the innkeep, kind of glancing over your shoulder at Varamas behind you, while you're attempting to persuade them to cook this animal. And they eventually take it from you and take it around the back, and you can start to smell the delicious scent of fresh game.
I'll ruffle Sulphur's ears and be like, "Look, see, that's going to be my breakfast."
She's extremely happy. Her tail hasn't stopped going. It goes slightly faster. It kind of, you know how
I imagine her
it starts to
bum
go
is, like,
helicopter
moving
now.
with it.
It stopped going side to side, and at this mention, it's starting to go just circular.
Yeah.
Varamas, you see that your persuasion attempt has worked, and Sariel, I assume you're going to join Varamas at the table.
Yeah.
Okay, you do so. Sariel
And
walks
I'll
over.
take out all
He
my
looks a little
trinkets.
frustrated.
I don't care. I'm going to take out all my little trinkets that she's given me this morning and be like, "Let's look what Sulphur gave me," and like let her show that I'm showing it off.
Awesome. That is cool stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the best stick.
Yeah.
She picked out the perfect stick.
Yeah,
She also
that's
gave me a
nice
shiny
stick.
rock. Look. It's a really, really nice shiny rock. It's so pretty.
Okay, it's not
Yeah.
metal. Here you go.
It's got a bit of dribble on it, sorry.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. I mean, I've been a wolf. I know what it's like.
Yeah. A lot of slobber in those mouths.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then
About
I'm
this
just gonna...
time, John, you come down the stairs.
So-
You woke up a little earlier than normal
Yeah.
because you started to smell things
Yeah.
being cooked.
So, you see me coming down the stairs. You see me, I'm holding like a large cloth bundle. And I see you and I'm like, "Hey, Sariel, happy birthday."
Oh, thank you.
And I come up and said, "Here you go. This is for you." And I like put down a cloth bundle on the table and open it up. And inside you can see like these big piles of like silk leaf and randus root and Zaraman gum. And these are all ingredients which I presume... You know,
Roll
which-
a survival check for me.
Do I get advantage because it's my birthday? It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
'cause I'm
actually, you do
rolling
get advantage
anyway.
because he's helping you. So technically,
That's fine.
They're themed, so it's...
23.
23.
The advantage was a 4, and I rolled 19 initially. I just really wanted to get it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. As he opens it up, and all these herbs and things unfold, and a couple vials kind of fall over and roll in the leaves. You notice that these are all common ingredients to a pretty common type of potion, mostly used by people who spend a lot of time, well, mostly owned by people who spend a lot of time on the sea, and only used by people who don't. These are anti-nausea potion ingredients.
You're brilliant! Thank you. That's awesome. Anti-nausea.
There are enough ingredients there. You estimate to make about 10 full doses. 10
Okay,
full potions.
I'm not giving Silkus any of these unless he gives me something cool for my birthday.
A little bit later,
Candy.
as you all sit around the table
Georgia.
having these conversations, Silkus comes down from his room as well. He walks up to you, Sariel, and says, "Happy birthday, Sariel. I
Thank you.
got you something." And he pulls out a very small leather pouch. A really nice, nicely tanned, soft leather pouch, tied at the top with a silk string.
Is it
And-
sad that I'm really impressed by the pouch and probably will care more about that than what's in it?
It's plain, but it's a nice leather. It's well tanned, and he hands it over to you.
So I will open it.
As you open it up, you find inside a absolutely pristine, perfectly cut black sapphire gem. It is set into a silver frame with a hook on it for attachment to a pendant or something like that. And he explains, this is a black sapphire. It's very common among Elvish culture, and the particular cut is known as the wolf's snout.
Oh.
I found this yesterday. I thought you might like it.
Okay, so you said it was like a pouch, right? Has
Yeah.
it got like strings like that?
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly like that.
So I'm gonna like undo those,
Okay.
and I'm gonna make a necklace for myself
Okay.
out of the pouch string.
Okay. Okay. You do so. It's not hard.
Yeah.
They are very delicate silk string.
I'll buy a chain later, but I
Yeah.
want to wear
Okay.
it. That's like really awesome, and
So
I'll
you'll-
actually get up and give Silkus a hug too.
Okay.
Too bad Josh isn't here to experience
He
that.
accepts it stiffly. Doesn't really know how to do this kind of thing with you, at least. He's a little cautious about you, but he accepts it.
As everyone should be.
I think that's valid. He accepts it and sits down at the table with you all. Your breakfast comes out. Have you ordered for yourself?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, yours
Two by
comes
two
out.
by two by two.
Yours comes out on this enormous platter. And if you two are going to order, yours will come out slightly later. I'll just say
Yep.
2 silver each, except for you. Yours
Because
has
I
been
provided
waived.
my own food.
Yours has been
So-
waived.
I am still working off that bar tab I set up last night.
Perfect. You can add it to the tab. I can add it to the tab, I guess. I now can. Oh no, 10 gold. 10
Yeah,
gold
It was 10 gold.
and 2 silver.
No. They're taking that out of the 10 gold.
They probably could. in all
pretty
honesty.
sure
You're a
they-
pretty loyal customer here. Okay. So,
Okay, so now I need to write that down as a freaking inventory thing too. Wolf snout.
you now have. You're sitting at this table. If you want to have any conversation, feel free. But you now have a day ahead of you where you're not expected to be anywhere or do anything.
So, you two finally have a day like I have every day. What would you like to do?
I assume you're looking at Sariel.
Oh yeah,
and,
it's her birthday. She gets to choose.
Sariel and Sulfur.
Honestly, I have never been in a town when I've had my birthday, so I kind of want to try cake.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Do I know any good
So,
bakeries?
Yeah.
is there any
absolutely do.
bakers?
Okay. Give me the name.
And
of
what's a
three.
good
Worst person.
what's a good cake flavor?
Ooh.
They have flavors, right? That's what you call it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's This town's fairly magical. Let's just get you a cake with every flavor. They're actually amazing.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, like every bite is a different flavor.
Willy Wonka.
Just like, I've never encountered one of those that would take a lot of skill to get right.
Or an
How many
enchanter.
flavors of cake are there?
There's like 6.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh, I take it back then. I'm no longer impressed with this town.
Yeah, I was expecting him to say like 60, and I was gonna be like, that's a lot of cake to eat. Like,
Question, do you eat the entire top layer with each bite?
They're really tall but narrow cakes. It's like literally bite-sized
It's
sections
just
where
a
they
bunch
just
of
stack.
pencils stuck together. Like each pencil is a different flavor. That way you do get a different one every bite.
Oh man.
But yeah, while I'm trying to remember the name of the bakeries that I know that do these 6 flavor cakes, yeah, we should just go for a walk, see what free stuff you could get for your birthday.
free stuff.
Yeah.
What do you mean free stuff?
Yeah, sometimes people give you free stuff if you're a year older.
You do know of
I'm
one.
not sure being a
particular
year
place.
older is anything significant.
Oh, it is around here. Yoln loves their birthdays. That's why I've stayed here for 14 of mine.
Fair enough.
I haven't lived here for 14 years. I just come back because it's great. Lots of bargains.
So, you know
Making
of
this all
one
canon
particular
now.
place that does amazing treats.
Yep.
The best quality treats.
Awesome.
Aulani's treats.
Say that again?
Aulani's treats.
Aulani's
Aulani's treats.
Aulani's treats. They're great. Let's go there. We go there.
You go there. You lead them over into the Versland, which is the second top district, the Mercantile district. It's on the northeastern side of town, and you head up there, walk through the front door of Aulani's treats, and the smell hits you all. It's this wonderful smell of freshly baked pastries, breads, and other sweets that most of you have never experienced before. Silkus
This place
has
smells
some
amazing.
experience. You have absolutely none. And this smells this is boggling your mind. John,
Smells
you
just
have some minor
amazing.
experience, and you, of course, are well acquainted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like look at a chocolate chip cookie and just be like, "What is this?"
That's chocolate chip. You can eat it, but don't eat it. Don't eat it while you're wild shaped, and don't give it to sulfur.
Why?
It's bad for them.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna like.
Trust me, I learned that from
Shove
experience.
it
That was a
away from-
terrible 2 weeks.
I'm gonna shove it away from sulfur. like, no.
You are shoving like an entire stand of them across
like
the
cookies.
across the countertop as it gets shoved. Exactly. This is Will Smith in Man in Black 1.
Oh yeah, that's
The table. As the stand of not just chocolate chip but all manner of cookies screeches across the wooden countertop, a wood elf emerges from around the back.
You found our doorbell.
Looking very confused and a little bit scared as this noise happens. You can see he has hair that would normally be down to his shoulders, but is tied up in a tight bun behind his head. Quite
makes
sharp
sense.
features, but sharp features that once would have been quite chiseled, but are now a little bit pudgy, as well as the rest of him.
never trust a skinny baker.
As he wanders out from behind, looking a little bit confused, and stares at you all, recognizes you. Hi,
Hello.
Varamas.
Hey, how are you?
This is Aulani.
How are you, Aulani? I need to write your name down.
Already got it.
Would you like the spelling?
No,
Yeah, because
it won't be
the
as creative
spelling's
as
not what
mine.
I've written down.
Okay.
No, I want it.
A-O-E-U.
A-O-E.
U.
You've got every single vowel.
I-O-E-L-A-N-U.
No. No fucking way that's the actual spelling. I actually started writing that down.
You're the best part is you got the first two letters right.
But how's that actually spelled?
O-W-L.
A-O-L-A-N-I.
Okay, so I just missed the O.
Yeah, Aulani. As he
Technically
looks
it's
around,
Aolani, but whatever.
are you looking for anything today?
You got any of those 6 flavor cakes?
We do, yes. It's very early. We're technically not open yet.
What's the door open?
Look, I unlock it every morning, and people don't usually just walk in before business hours, but you're
Yes,
more than welcome,
but
Baroness.
birthday girls do.
Then you're more than welcome.
This is Saria.
Greetings, Sariel. It's nice to have you in my establishment.
This
As he
is
says
John.
that, he drags the thing back across the countertop to where it originally was. And John, hello. Nice
That's
to meet you
sulfur.
all.
Morning.
That is why I moved.
Not
to
sure
the
that's
plate.
necessarily sanitary.
She
Just
wouldn't
keep her
look
out of the
anything.
kitchen, it'll be fine.
It's easy for you to say.
It is. Actually, it's quite hard for me to say with this accent, but you know.
So would you like some 6 flavor cakes then?
Yes, please.
One for everyone,
Yes.
and for the
Oh, it's
posh
Silver's
boy
with
as
us.
well.
Oh yeah, this is Silkus.
My pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
And you.
Can you make something that Sulfur can eat?
I'm not an expert. What can she eat?
He
I
said
can make her
she
some
can't-
chocolate cake.
No. Don't
No,
do
she
that.
can't.
Don't do that.
He said she can't eat that stuff, and I point at the chocolate chips.
I've been a wolf before, and when I ate literally anything chocolate, that was the worst 2 weeks of my life. I spent it so high and so vomity.
What other flavors of cake are there?
Oh, I mean, we have the classic vanilla bean, which is
6.
common. We import that from Grodalia, where they have a raging trade of it. We can caramelize some sugar, and we can turn that into a cake flavor for you. Of course, some of the native berries around the area we are also able to use. We can make a forest cake out of those if you'd like. It's very popular, the forest cakes.
That's thematic.
It is. Continue.
We could also make a rock cake. Sounds worse than it is.
No, I've eaten rocks before. It's not so great.
We don't make them with rocks, but
You said rock.
speaking
cake.
of thematic, they are Yoln's staple. At least our most popular cakes around here.
It just doesn't sound as appealing.
Alternatively, we could make a slice of some sort, or pudding, other kind of pastry. May take me a while since there are 5 of you.
Well, the forest cake, but maybe just a little one. For her.
Okay, I can do that. We've got some of these ready already. Forest cake for the wolf, and 4 6 flavored cakes. Okay.
Also, do you make... What did he say? Danishes.
We do.
My father used to tell me about Danishes.
We call them Swedishes, but yes.
Oh, you fuck.
I like that. But yeah, I want to try one of them.
I can do that for you as well.
Thank you.
That will come to 4 gold and 6 silver.
I give him 5 gold.
Birthday. My treat.
No. I already rubbed it off, but thank you. I have to write it back down.
Okay, so you're covering 4 gold,
Yeah.
5 silver, 6 silver. As he heads out to the back, immediately brings out 2 of the 6 flavored cakes, sets them on a small desk behind the counter where you can't quite get to them yet. Brings out a an apricot Danish, and a small forest cake, and then immediately sets to work making more of the 6 flavored cakes. You all sit waiting for this. He takes about half an hour to get through most of it, and it's currently sitting cooking. As he comes out and addresses you and lets you know of this, there'll be another half hour or so if you'd like to come back or stay, whatever you like.
I'm happy to go for a little walk.
At this stage, some other customers are starting to filter in. Just a very slow trickle of customers at this stage. It's early in the morning, but
Yeah, sure. I guess it's probably worth having a chat about Gredalia and what our plans there.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I mean, I suppose we'll have time for that on the boat, but
You guys go on ahead. I just want to look at something.
okay. Well, we'll go up kind of the north way, and you meet us.
Okay, and I'm gonna buy 4 chocolate chip cookies.
okay.
So how much is that?
That will only cost you 8 silver.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna buy 4 chocolate chip cookies and then run after them.
Okay, you do so. Sarah catches up fairly quickly, and
And
where are
hand
you
out
headed?
cookies.
Just going for a walk. Okay, you get handed out a cookie each.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, thank you. Well, I picked the direction arbitrarily, so
Silkus grabs his cookie, and he's excited to have it. And for the brief of the moment, as he's like rummaging, like making sure his hands are free so he can eat, he kind of drops his hands holding the cookie, and Sulfur kind of goes near it. But he sees it and he's like, ah! After all that discussion. Where are you going for a walk as you eat your cookies?
We're headed north.
North? So yeah, Alex, up in the direction of the warehouses and the huge staircase that led up to Yoln. Are you heading all that way, or just going for a
What
walk along the main
shops are
street,
nearby?
back streets?
I'm just following John.
like once it stops getting into the like shopping area, I'll probably be like turn around and go like, never mind. Other way. I do not know Yoln like the back of my hand.
Yeah. I mean, you do have the map. I think that's still on you, or is that in the bag?
That's in the bag.
That's in the bag. Never mind, you don't have the map.
Just make my survival check for.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are you trying to get to?
Oh, I just figured I would wander, and I thought there was kind of nice areas to wander around in up here.
Yeah, fair enough. Well,
There are some nice gardens,
there's a park
courtyards
over
kind of
Right.
thing. There are some parks.
We're gonna go to a park.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. For the most part up here in the mountains, the grass isn't as lush green as some of you are used to further down, especially in Northern Dale and around Chimeria. It can be very lush. But it is a kind of a bluish green, and it is still pretty in its own right as you sit in these parks with a couple of trees around. Trees aren't the most widespread in these parts, at least at the top of the mountains. Although you have heard it mentioned in the past that Yoln exports large amounts of timber, so they obviously have to get that from somewhere. But you find a nice couple of park benches in a nice open space, looking out over the Skurpun, which is the artisanal district.
Sure it is.
Yeah.
We're in a park, yeah?
Yeah.
I want to practice making a lean-to with some fallen leaves and stuff.
Okay. There are some sticks around. It is.
I've got 73 days.
It is spring, so it's not the best selection of ground cover, but
Well, I mean, this is why I need the practice. I need to be able to erect a lean-to,
In
and
spring.
no matter what the circumstances, I need to be able to make a stone lean-to if I need to.
okay.
Make a sand lean to.
Roll a survival check for me.
If I roll nat 20s, can I please make it out of rock? Natural 20, not even kidding. Like you saw it, I didn't put my hand anywhere near it, right? Do you see it? Look.
Wow.
Oh my god, focus. Please focus.
Wow.
It's legit in that 20.
Fortunately for me, I didn't agree to anything.
Damn it!
You find...
But that's 25.
The rest of you watch as Sariel goes about making this lean-to, spending her remaining 20 or so minutes that you've got building this thing. She starts off with some sticks that she's found on the ground and some ground cover. There's not a whole lot of it. Eventually you see her start to move on to just using what she's got available in her environment, of which a large section of kind of each district of Yoln is like tiered like this, and in this particular section you've got a fairly sheer cliff, of which some of it has now collapsed, and Sariel picks up a large bit of slate
Sheetrock.
and starts
Yes.
piling the lean-to in slate.
Well, that's more effort than I would have gone to, but it is impressive. I'll say
It's a
that.
very good looking lean-to, very effective.
I just need to keep up the
So you
work
can go
with it. I
toilet.
need to keep practice together.
Yeah, no, I completely
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Still trying to improve my survival.
Just because you're on nat 20, knock a day off your downtime.
Yes.
Those fucking nat 20s are stupid.
So would that make me at 72? Because I had my forts in the bedroom aren't counting, are they? So it's 72.
Your thoughts in the bedroom are not counting.
Oh, they absolutely should.
I
Anytime,
They absolutely
anywhere.
should. They are impressive.
I mean, I'll consider it when you have a bedroom that isn't absolutely handing it to you on a silver platter. Eventually, 20 minutes passes by. Sariel completes the lean-to. Are you just going to leave it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There could be homeless people in Yoln. We don't know.
And you all head back.
Yoln probably has those asshole anti-sleeping benches.
Yeah.
You get back and someone's spiked the ground under the lean-to.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You head back to Alani's treats, and he has just completed the creation of these 6 flavor cakes.
Oh,
Gives
you're
them all to
amazing.
you.
Yeah.
Hands them one to each. They're decent sized cakes for like a single person. But it's not like party sized cakes, so they are at least edible for one person, but
Yeah.
they're pretty big. And you can see they're kind of like a rainbow cake in the tiered layers.
Yeah.
And you all dig in.
I'm sure we'll
Varmus.
go back to the park.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
go back to the park.
bakery.
I mean, there are benches around, like there are waiting
No,
areas.
I
and
want
there
to
are
go
a
back
couple
to the
tables.
park and eat
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He suggested it, now I want to.
You head back to the park and you dig in. Varamas' suggestion was very good. Was very well informed.
Yeah.
These cakes are
Yeah.
fantastic, as were the cookies that you ate earlier.
I know what I'm doing when it comes to my birthday. So
I can see that.
I've had a lot of
birthdays
it to
with
practice with.
I'll
I have
rescind
only
my
had-
doubts about Yoln's
This-
cooking ability.
you. This is my 24th birthday and the only one I have actually celebrated anything for. So apart from
wow.
Sulfur going crazy every year.
That's sweet.
There's a first time for everything.
I'm gonna give Sulfur some scritches just because of that.
Which reminds me, I'm going to whisper in John's ear, by the way, it's Sulfur's birthday on the 2nd.
So now
Yeah.
you know that.
It's like 3 days away. Or something.
Yeah.
It's like 31st, 1st, 2nd, right? I'm not doing it quiet, so if Aramis wants to hear it, he can, and Silkus wants to hear it, he can, but I figured Silkus wouldn't really care, and I didn't want Sulfur to hear me.
Silkus rolled a nat 20 on his perception check. He doesn't necessarily care. He just wants to know what you're saying. So now Silkus knows as well.
Varamus completely missed that. I'm pretty sure Varamus was
Eat this
tackling
cake.
Sulfur to the ground or something.
Okay.
Good distraction. Teamwork.
Yeah.
With
Team
your definitely healthy breakfast under your belt, What would you like to do for the rest of the day?
Brunch.
You have brunch somewhere?
Livensy.
Every meal of the day and a bunch in between.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep my Danish, and I'm gonna have it like later in the day because I don't want to get a tummy ache. And I hear you get tummy aches if you eat too much sugar.
It's very true.
Okay. What are you doing with that time?
Like, I don't know, before we talk about...
Anybody else have something they want to do?
Well, we should probably chat, I don't know if we want to do this on the
About
boat, but we should probably have a chat about, you know, our general plans. Thanks, guys.
Both of you.
Varamus actually did that.
Well, I suppose tomorrow morning we should go check if the ship is ready.
Yeah, because a thing which I haven't mentioned yet because it hasn't really been relevant is I may not really want to go spreading my name about when we get to Gridalia, just because I'm technically on the run from the law. And going back there, it's been a while, but that's going to be kind of
I have several
thing.
questions. I've only known you for about 24 hours now.
Yeah.
But you don't strike me as the lawbreaker type. What was it? Your economics too radical for him, or?
Not quite.
You, okay,
You haven't seen
complete
it yet,
opposite
but
of
John
that.
has a tendency to get kind of ragey.
Oh, you beat someone
Perhaps
over the
that
head
has
with a
something
bar?
to do with it. Did you stab somebody important in the bum with one of your forks?
No. Well, I don't know. It's like it's difficult to talk about this, but like, and like he sort of like goes like silent for a moment, and it's like, could we talk about this later? Actually, I'm like, the short line is that I'm gonna need to keep a low profile when we get to Gridalia. Like,
How about instead of calling you John, we call you Jack while we're there?
Sketchy Jack, there you go.
Well, actually, that was coming from my own Hannah experiences.
Okay.
My Uncle John's name's actually Jack, and my Uncle Jack's name's actually John.
What?
Okay.
They were named like pretty much like Uncle John was named after Uncle Jack, so he was named Jack, but everyone calls him John, and Uncle Jack's actually
This
John.
is why I don't trust people with J names.
Yeah, no, I don't think ever should be done.
Yeah. But we can just call you Jack.
Yeah, might be a bit less suspicious if we omitted the sketchy part, but
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'll get it one day. I'll get someone sketchy one day.
like on the boat, yeah, fine, but unnecessary. But when we're actually trying to lay low, please don't call me sketchy.
Okay.
I suggest that from the moment we get to a dock with ship workers, we start calling you Jack, because you don't want someone to be having heard you be called John at the dock on the other side.
That's a
Suddenly.
solid plan. Yeah.
Wonder why we're calling you Jack when we get off.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Thanks. Yeah, we should do that. But-
Yeah, I've been around Fenrir too long. I know about disguising selves.
I've never been on the run from the law, or I've never known anyone who has been on the run from the law. So
You're really going opposite day on your character, aren't you?
I've got no
This
idea
guy's
what
got
you're
like a
talking about.
perfect memory, and he's not an outlaw. Like,
Well loved.
What can I say?
That's it.
Yeah. That's a genuine question.
I mean, Are we expecting to see posters of you around, or?
Probably
I'm not
not.
going to ask what happened, but just...
It was 15 odd years ago. There won't
So you
be
wouldn't
posters
look...
anymore.
Like,
Like,
even if there were posters of you...
I
you
probably wouldn't even
like
look
that
the
now?
same, but I
Okay,
don't
good.
want my name to
That
go
means we
around.
don't have to disguise you, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Is your coat gonna give you away? Did you have that last time you were there?
Potentially. That is a thought.
That coat has held up extraordinarily well for 15 years.
We can just
Yeah,
buy you...
I mean, I've had this one for like 5 years and it's already tearing.
I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
we could just buy you a cloak to put over top.
yeah, we'll figure out something, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's that plan.
Worst comes to worst, we can pretend that Sulphur is your companion, and no one's going to expect you to have a wolf companion, right?
Put some sunglasses on you. Call Sulphur your guide dog. Easy.
Oh, we can make a mustache out of, like, wolf fur. I can brush her again. We got enough for a pillow last time, so... Sure.
Yeah,
You should brush your wolf more.
it's getting towards summer too.
You should brush yourself more!
Her winter coat's starting to fall out.
You build your mustache out of wolf fur, and Archibald's not here. We can't get him to presto it into a different color because it's gonna be grey, and I don't think John has grey hair.
A grey moustache on a brown haired person.
Yeah.
It can
Not
happen.
suspicious at all. It
Can.
will suit the name Sketchy Jack.
It can. Yeah, yeah.
First name Sketchy, last name Jack. I come from a long, proud line of Jacks.
Parents weren't quite sure about you.
Please, Mr.
Your
Mr.
parents
Jack
thought he
was
looked
my
a bit
father's name.
squinty-eyed and
Please,
suspicious
call me
moving
Sketchy.
Hey, depending how you spelled that could be like sketches, like the shoes.
It could be Sketches. If you want to do a brand promotion, hit us up.
Yeah, exactly.
I probably have a new character coming up in a couple of months. Maybe we could make a deal.
Oh man.
In any case, you know the area, don't you?
Yeah. Like,
I
some
don't
things will have
suppose much
changed, but I know
will
the
change.
area.
Is there anyone that we need to look out for in particular over there? Like powerful families that we should stay away from, or powerful people that we shouldn't burn to a crisp?
Do you have a nemesis that we need to avoid?
Not specifically, no. There's people who are powerful and people who you don't want to antagonize, but none of them are excessively hair trigger. Like, I don't recall.
So it's pretty
That's
much
the
me
name of the
anyway.
creature from this morning.
Like, I don't recall anyone in particular who would say try to kill you and your entire family because you wore an ugly hat near them.
Oh.
There's people like that?
Silkus pipes up and
Presumably.
is like, "Oh yeah."
No wonder I don't get out much.
I
And now I
think we
really
get
want
out
to go
the
buy a
most
hat.
Out of everyone.
No, I'm not even kidding. I really want to go buy a hat now.
Well, it's your
Like a
birthday.
really hideous hat.
Oh man.
We can go get a hat, but
Be warned, I'm making an NPC who's gonna hate that.
I'm-
the way John describes. Just for
I'm
you.
not gonna guarantee that no one will take objection to this.
Well, my logic here is if I'm the one wearing the hideous hat, they'll pay more attention to me and less attention to John.
Fair. A solid call. Yeah.
In fact, I could go get my hideous hat if you guys want.
Oh, please do if and when you buy it.
No, I legit have
No,
a
I
hideous
know.
hat.
If and when you buy this hat, please
Okay.
go get your hideous hat. You're not buying it yet. Don't go yet. So, is this conversation over?
Think so.
Is that Silkus asking?
This is the voice of God asking.
Yes.
Well,
Almost. Just 1 second.
how
Nearly
long
done.
is the crossing exactly?
Sorry?
How long was the crossing?
About 10 days or so.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long way away. That's like the boat journey. There's some overland after that.
It's the 13th longest journey I've been on. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Thank you for working that out exactly as it should be, without even
Well,
trying.
I mean,
it kind of makes sense considering he gave me enough for 10 nausea potions.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't.
I
make
really
it.
can't afford to screw up making one. Unless you
No
guys
pressure,
gonna like
though.
have
Happy
me
birthday.
vomiting
Here's
all
a
the time.
bag full of stress.
Well, I actually think it's a brilliant idea, and I will be able to note down the ingredients to be able to buy them again.
Oh yeah, are you happy that I didn't make you make up with names?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it's easy enough for me. I just say ingredients to a nausea potion times 10, but you helped. Okay, so
Yeah. So we
John has estimated about 10 days with some overland on top of that.
and then I guess. So you want to go get that hat then?
Yes.
Or okay, we're gonna go around the shops and look for the ugliest hat we can see.
I'm helping them out. I'm pointing them towards hat stores.
Roll a history check for me.
I'm,
I know you're not trying particularly
Why
hard,
point us
but-
towards hat stores when you can point us towards second-hand stores?
Oh, are we going thrift shopping?
You want it ugly.
if I have to go back to work, I'm leaving. That'll do.
I'm buying an ugly hat. He's wondering why I got him to fetch my ugly hat.
13.
13. Whoa, what? Oh, wow.
Yeah, go get that one. We have an
Okay.
uglier hat.
You are
actually.
pointed to a couple of different hat stores and second-hand stores.
Okay.
You
So
the
can I
first
just
one you
understand?
come across, you browse the oh my god. You browse the collection and find nothing too ridiculous, and you kind of pass it off as
No,
no,
most ones
this
are
isn't for
these.
us. The next one Varamas points you out to is it's not even in the merchant district. It's not even in the Versland. It is actually in the Girdle. It's in the residential district, which, as Varamas, you know, is technically illegal here in Yoln. But
We're going to the Black Hat Market. Just keep it quiet. Keep it under the hats you're about to buy.
you walk through the front door of what is clearly a house into what is clearly a kind of front living room area, living space, with a whole bunch of rickety, thrown together shelves sitting up against walls at angles and covered in all kinds of random shit. Like the worst $2 store you've ever seen.
It's a big call. I've seen a lot.
It's real bad. And you find one hat here that seems like it was made by a child who hated people and wanted them to look as bad as they could possibly look. I like to say it's a combination between the two hats you've got there.
I put them both on.
Please do.
Okay, hang on.
Oh my god.
Real prop work happening right here.
There we go. You find that. It's made of this really scratchy, crappy. You struggle to even call it cloth. It's not warm. It's not even cool. It wouldn't cool you down in the hot areas of the world. And it's just overall the most useless, ugliest piece of shit hat you've ever seen in your goddamn life. And you purchase it for 3 copper.
Oh, good, it's cheap.
You look amazing.
You know,
Wow.
I had my doubts at first, but by God, even my own mother would not recognize me standing next to you in that hat.
Oh
This
my
is not
God.
even the worst hat in the house. He refuses to go find that one because it's my mum's room somewhere. It's way worse.
I can't believe.
enough.
Okay.
You can't believe that I own this hat.
You own a worse hat than that.
I kind of. I'll go get it on break.
Please do.
I'm gonna take this off now though because I can't hear you guys.
Yep.
You've retrieved the terrible hat. What's next on your to-do list for Sariel's birthday?
Not sure. I just need to look at something real quick.
It was about this time that you decided to break out the apricot Danish.
Walking through town in my hideous hat, eating a Danish sounds great.
Yeah, it does.
Oh dear.
It's really good. It's really, really good. Up to standard
No,
from the
I
previous
just
cakes that
want
you've
a
eaten.
Danish right now.
Yeah, I could really go for one.
Yeah,
I could really go for one. Thank you guys for making me want treats.
cakes and Danishes.
Yeah.
No worries. So, that hat that Sariel's just bought,
Uh-huh.
can it be a hat of disguise other? So when she wears it, if John's standing next to her, it disguises
Oh my
him
god,
as
yes,
someone else.
please! Please! That's amazing! Please, please! And everyone just saw it as so hideous that they didn't even realize it did that teeny
It's like the
thing.
chameleon circuit from... it's the... what do you call it?
Michael, just because I don't want anyone else to know, but I have to show this to someone.
Okay.
Is that a persuasion check from me?
That was just something from someone. It has been considered.
Yep.
Excellent. Consideration checks. All I asked for.
It's like, does Oscar screw with his own story? Let's find out, roll.
Find out. We've known this for a long time.
Next item on the
Oscar
untitled
plans,
hat game to-do list.
Oscar plans about 3,000 times as much as he needs as far as world building, and then about half as much as he needs every night for a single session.
Oh, it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true.
Now,
What
Probably
time is it?
At this stage, you've been walking through the city a little bit. You're looking at around early afternoon, so
yeah.
just a little bit after midday.
Something that I haven't done in a bit of a while, but I thought you might enjoy. Maybe something a bit more for the evening. But Sarah, you ever heard of karaoke?
No, what's that?
Oh, it's fun. It's just like you basically go to a really loud bar and then you sing really badly all the time, and no one cares about how badly you're singing because, like, you can barely hear anything anyway. It's great. Sound like fun?
Sounds interesting.
So you're suggesting you want to find a karaoke bar tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
I do have one other thing that I want to do since we're in town or we're going to be leaving is find like an alchemist or something and buy a freaking health potion.
Okay.
As she's doing this, I wild shape into a house cat and disappear up a roof and vanish from you guys for a while.
Okay. You watch
I can't believe
Varamas.
Varamas is scared of karaoke bars.
Varamus is absolutely scared of karaoke bars. You've got no idea what happened to him that night.
Is it the same event that caused Sariel to be scared of therapists?
Let's find out.
Not so much scared of them as I am like just they fucking suck. Like they want you to talk about shit that you don't want to talk about.
You
Like
guys
that's
watch,
her opinion. She's
You guys
just like
watch as the metal from Varamas's hand spreads quickly up his body, under his clothes, and his form begins
I'll be
to
back in a
shrink
couple of minutes.
and
Hours.
go quadrupedal, and then he ends up turning into this little house cat.
Yep.
Made entirely of metal plating. Terrifying little house cat. And
So
Meow.
So you said
As he runs
buggering
off,
off up onto a roof nearby.
I'm just gonna be like, he will be really, really hard to disguise.
I guess
Like, if we're somewhere that we don't really want it to be known that we're there, and he turns into a cat made out of metal, I feel like that's going to be suspicious.
yeah, I guess it is extremely distinctive. I guess we just gotta hope he's not like also got a bunch of enemies.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Or we have to keep him well oiled so he doesn't get rusty like that Gorgon and make lots of squeaking noises as he runs around.
God, consider that.
Maybe if he gets really rusty, it'll kind of look like very short hair, and so he
but
won't be as
it'd make it
distinctive.
like a
That's true.
kind of sound.
He would sound like a very angry cat all the time. It's like
Okay.
had
It'd be like
dro-
the colour of that mattress behind me. And be
All
like
of-
screeching.
all of his pneumatic tubes leaking and making hissing noises, and people being like, "That cat does not want to be pet."
No.
I'm not a robot. As far as you know.
So,
In any case, we were moving on to.
are you going to
Hey,
head to the
want an
alchemist
alchemist?
now?
Yeah. Also, I think it
Yes.
should be noted that John probably does not know what a pneumatic tube is.
No, absolutely not. They don't exist at this stage in time, as far as any of you are aware.
Archibald would know.
Well, you really have to find out in future, won't you?
Yeah, well,
It's in his
probably
head,
not.
but it's still locked.
Hmm.
Along with the entire script of the B movie.
No,
Okay.
that's the one thing he can remember.
Roll an investigation check for me. Anyone who's looking for the alchemist.
Yeah. Look.
Investigation.
And, you know, Silkus is
I rolled a
probably also
4.
looking. And Silkus is looking nicely.
Very nice.
I rolled a 4.
Oh boy. 24.
Ooh, 24 from Silkus, and what from you?
All this sugar's going to my head. No, not very investigative.
And why am I? 14 from me.
14.
Yeah.
Okay. The three of you, plus Sulfur, together, start to look around the Versland for an alchemist store. And after Sarah leading the way for a bit, because this is kind of her expedition,
Yeah.
you realize it's not going anywhere. John, you kind of take over and you start to look around.
Yeah.
You get some information from a couple of people as they kind of go past, like, hey, and then Silkus is like, no, this is me. And he walks up to one person in particular and has a brief conversation with them.
Yeah.
It's very jovial. They're both laughing. The person leaves perfectly happy, with a big grin on their face, and Silkus is like, just over this way. And
nice
you
job.
follow him through a couple of back streets and end up outside the front of just the only identifying thing is a hanging sign out the front with the shape of a herb and a potion on the front.
Cool.
Cool.
I'm going to go inside.
Yeah. Let's follow along. Let's have a look.
All right, you head on in. A bell dings over the top of your head.
Ding.
And
Ding.
ding. And the half-orc at the counter looks up and says, hello, welcome to my store. What would you like today?
Potions of healing, please.
That we can do. How many?
How much are they?
50 GP.
2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay. He turns from a shelf right behind her, you can see a large variety of what looks like from essentially same size bottles, but duller reds all the way up to really vibrant reds. She takes 2 off of the very top, and puts them on the counter. Waits.
I'm gonna turn to Silkus and just say, I think you should buy some. I would buy you some, but I can't really afford it. I don't know if this karaoke thing that John wants to do for my birthday is going to be expensive. So
Yeah, I think the communication project is going to be on a bit of hold. So these are party funds potions.
The party funds are in the bag of holding.
I can't really get this.
Carrying the massive
No,
supply
Silkus was
of
carrying the
gold
mass of them for the
communicator.
project.
Oh,
For the
that's
communicators.
true. He was carrying a whole bunch. Okay. Alright. I'll allow it.
So what? He's
Silkus was
buying my
carrying
ones, or he's
dangerous
buying
amounts
himself
of
some?
gold, which could be improved by having a banking system.
Silkus begrudgingly accepts this logic and he pays for them. Silkus pays out of the
Oh, so I don't have to buy them? Okay.
the funds that he had on him. So it's 100 gold's worth. I don't think you have to note it down anywhere. I don't actually think you wrote it down.
Probably not.
But you now have 2 healing potions that can go to whoever you like. Regular
Well,
old
I'm
healing
gonna hold
potions.
them for now.
Okay.
And just because he bought those 2, I'm gonna buy an extra one myself because I
Okay.
wanted to have.
So 50 gold for another one.
Yeah. Like,
it makes the
that feels like a good, solid combination, seeing as you're probably the person who is the best combination of, like, can take a hit or two and will not intentionally take a hit or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm also the one with the healer's kit that goes and stabilizes everybody. So
Yeah.
why not shove a freaking potion down their throat in the next one as well?
You're not wrong. You're not entirely wrong.
That's why I was saying Silkus should buy one because he's the one I always freaking resurrect.
Yeah.
Okay. At this stage, it's getting later in the day. The sun's lowish, but not entirely hidden yet. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you kind of wait around a couple hours and head to the bar?
No, not really.
No. I'll buy a basic cloak of some sort. And, like, in case I want to drape it over my thing. Just,
Okay.
like, very much like, why are you wearing a raincoat now?
Okay. 3 silver.
Yeah.
You find that easily enough. It's very common. Clothing stores are very, very common.
Is my shit resolved?
I believe so.
Mission broken.
How much?
How long?
4 hours.
I hope Silkus doesn't die. He really does make a pretty portrait for Josh not being here.
I think at this point I will rejoin the group.
Okay. So Varamas finds you all.
Meow.
You notice him immediately.
So is that like a very deep cat's meow, or is that a very deep human, the word meow?
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry about that. I just had
to you too.
I just had some things to take care of while I was in town because I'll be leaving shortly, and I wanted to make sure that I closed off a couple of things before I left.
Yep. Understandable.
There is, however, I have found something a little bit strange just out of town that I might need the group's help with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Odd little find, but I'm sure you'll all be interested.
Okay. Yeah. Let's have a look.
I'm gonna start leading him towards it.
He turns and walks off without giving you another word.
Yeah.
As you start to follow him through the streets, he's taking you towards the eastern side of the city. He weaves around, goes down a couple districts, up a couple districts. Eventually, you find, as he leads you up a mountain path, heading up. You start to see over to the east. You start to see a large open expanse of water, which you know, particularly in Silkus, that this is the Kolpatten Sea on the very eastern coast of Daelandar, and this mountain is overlooking it.
Getting darker.
Yeah, sun's going down at this stage. You've walked through the city. The sun is lower than the crest would have been if you had been in the center of the city, but you can still just barely see the tops of its corona. As you wind your way up into the mountain and reach the top where...
So there's a thing about Eladrin that you guys should know, especially during spring. We tend to decide that if anything's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
Describe.
Let me just make sure I'm not getting this wrong. So Varamas casts Fairy Fire, and you watch as the entire top plateau of this mountain lights up in beautiful lights. There are ropes strung across between trees. This is a nice open parkland, obviously designed for this kind of area to go at night, watch the stars, look out over the ocean. And the whole, all these ropes light up, and the benches...
So you strung
are
fairy
now,
lights in the trees.
the benches are now really ambiently lit with these beautiful colours from Varamas's Fairy Fire. There is a central kind of campfire thing that now flares to life as well, as that casts light on a small group of people standing behind, and you see a number of them have instruments of sorts. One of them is standing behind a makeshift bench that has been set up with looks like alcohol at hand.
Are you literally throwing Sariel her first ever surprise birthday party right now?
That's right, I am.
Oh my god.
If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing, right, guys?
Yes.
As you stand there dumbfounded at what's happened, the one behind the bench, a very pale white-skinned tiefling, picks up a tray of drinks and starts to bring them over to you, immediately presenting you, Sariel, with the first. You have a selection of alcoholic and non-alcoholic that he gives to you as he's been warned. He has been forewarned of your preferences. So you may take what you wish. And then he moves on and provides the rest of you with drinks as well. You with your classic strongest damn thing in the town double shot. And the group of bards begins to play music for you all, standing there backlit by the fairy lights and with their shadows being cast behind them by the campfire that has flared to life.
Happy birthday, Sariel.
Well, thank you. Wow. You know a lot of people.
First of all, I've been in the town for
14 birthdays.
quite a while. Second of all, I met these guys about an hour ago. Third of all, would you like to dance?
I don't know how to dance.
I'll teach you.
He's been doing a lot of teaching lately. I will learn to dance, I guess.
Roll an acrobatics check for me, Saria. You roll a straight wisdom check.
17.
17.
You're a much better dancer than I thought you were. You're doing very well. I'm very plastered.
His teaching methods are not great right
Why
now.
have I gained another freaking party member that likes to get drunk? Why?
At least he doesn't get hungover. His teaching methods right now are not great. You pick up some basic dance moves, less from his teaching or dancing, and more from watching the bards as they do their thing. And so you're impressing him. he just for the wrong reasons. He doesn't realize exactly why you're impressing him at this stage.
I'm fine with it.
You're not the greatest of dancers, but you're picking up some very basic footwork.
Yay.
You're a very light-footed ranger, so it's easy for you to pick up. But
I can
you
just
need
picture
more
me doing like
practice.
one of those line dances that the Scottish people do over the swords.
Yep.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
On like river dance.
Yeah. River dance. That's exactly right. You're impressed, Asariel, in your drunken state, not realizing
straight
that
on.
you are not teaching her very well. Even Silkus is kind of getting in on the mood. He's not dancing, but he is having a good time. He's having a good drink. And he's joining in on the
Absolutely
banter and the... You are?
I'm absolutely dancing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want at least once to go and grab Sulfur by the front paws and like.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. So, Sulfur is absolutely...
By the way, I
down
would
for
have
that.
grabbed Alcoholic because I would have been overwhelmed by the amount of people standing there.
Sulfur is absolutely down for that. The music is jaunty and continues into the night.
And karaoke.
You request some karaoke, you
Wait,
get some karaoke.
Speaking of which, is the popular music here have a lot of crossover with Chimeria? Because that's what I've
No.
mostly heard recently.
No.
It's all
This is-
polka here.
This is like... It's basically Norse sagas in song form.
Yeah.
Is
Do you know
what
what's
this
really
is.
sad is when he said karaoke, I got that dun 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 dun.
Funky
dun.
Town.
Like,
First thing that comes to my mind when I hear karaoke is Take On Me, so...
That's what I got in my
hear
head. And I don't
Bohemian
even know the
Rhapsody.
lyrics.
The bards are playing music that you recognise intentionally. This was one of the requests that was put down beforehand, that they knew that some songs that you wouldn't just be confused at. But
See, I know more like folk songs that people would sing while hunting in the woods rather than
yeah,
popular.
you're not particularly well aware of most of these songs, but you're kind of trying anyway. Everyone who's participating in karaoke, please make a... what do I want to do with this? This is a hard check.
I don't know.
Weirdly,
Performance.
Yeah,
probably.
okay, yeah. I forgot performance existed. I don't think I've ever used it. Make a performance check. Everyone who's doing the karaoke.
Hey, 18.
17.
17. Oh no! John's already drunk.
Oh boy.
I would like to catch John as he falls off the stage.
Off the mountain.
3.
3. And Silkus.
Mine's
what's
a
his
plus
performance?
0 too. So.
Oh,
What's Silkus's performance?
that's over
Pretty
20.
good.
Yeah. He cleared 20. I think he's got like a plus 6 on performance.
14.
14. Okay.
Oh, I thought that was a 17.
Oh yeah, no.
I like the idea that the drug barbarian guy is the bad singer.
Silkus.
I am probably the loudest at karaoke, but definitely not the best.
Oh yeah.
You're the most enthusiastic.
You're the best at karaoke, not the best singer. Silkus even joins in on the fun a little bit after watching a couple songs of you stumbling through, especially after watching you completely fuck it up. He kind of gains the courage to jump in there and attempt a couple songs. And he does pretty decently. He's got a really nice voice. He doesn't know the words.
Silkus strikes me as the kind of person who was taught piano as a child,
Oh yeah.
and so he knows the fundamentals really thoroughly, and is like, "Oh, that's an A, that's a G, so da 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 da."
Yeah, he's not necessarily musically talented, but he's got a really nice voice, and it's pleasant enough to listen to him, even though he doesn't know the words. Kind of bumbles his way through it. Sariel, you're pretty enthusiastic about it as well. Varamas, you're very happy with how she's getting into it at this stage. Are you drinking
Tonight's
alcoholic
going
drinks,
great.
Sariel, or are you drinking...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Half
Sariel's, everyone make a constitution saving throw, except you, because you don't fucking need it. I guess just backstory now.
17.
Oh.
But 16.
16. You're both doing pretty well for, You're accustomed to drinking a lot. Sariel, you're doing very well considering your experience with alcoholic drinks in the past.
I feel like Varamus is being a bad influence.
You're still drunk at this stage, but you're definitely not blackout yet. And Silkus is doing all right as well. He's kind of moderating himself.
And to Varamus's credit, he is keeping sulfur away from all of the booze.
Yeah, yeah. Eventually, the night starts to come to a close. The 4 hours that you hired for is up.
7 to 11.
They begin packing up their the bars begin packing up their instruments and the bartender starts to pack down some of the other equipment. You finally release your casting of Fairy Fire.
Yep.
Which you've had to recast a couple times.
Yeah.
And the top of the mountain becomes a nice kind of solitude away from Yoln. You can hear the very quiet noises of people moving through streets at this time of night, and relatively late. You can see the moon over to the east, that casting moonlight off of the Colpatton Sea. And it's a very beautiful vista up here. You've got the full 360 view of Yoln in one direction, the sea in the other. And eventually, with everyone else gone, it's just the 5 of you remaining.
Well, I hope you all had fun.
I'm assuming that this is what you call a birthday party.
Is indeed.
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
Gonna have to have more of them then.
Yeah, maybe.
Excellent.
Not sure about the karaoke part, but we'll see.
Oh, you did amazing.
That part was fun, but I don't know the songs very well.
That's part of the fun. You'll learn the songs along the way. Next time I'll bring words.
It's like
I'll stand up there, minor illusioning it in my hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Have it all on like those big cardboard cards that you just like flick it. Hold a new card every few seconds.
How
It's upside
long
down.
are you staying up here on the mountain? It's
I'm
getting
gonna
quite
sleep
cold.
on the mountain. No, I'm gonna sleep on the mountain.
Okay.
Anna, build a drunken lean-to.
Roll a survival check with
It's
disadvantage.
leaning on another lean too.
Yeah. It's leaning on the lean to his shoulder.
I rolled the same fucking number twice. 9.
9. You think it will work.
I would like to help.
You've kind of taken some of the ropes that Varamas had up and used them to string some very basic shelter between one of the trees and one of the benches.
I would like to help.
I think
roll a survival check.
I think I go, I'm gonna help. I come over and I'm there for like 20 seconds before I start getting distracted, and I'm like, who's a good girl, Salter? Oh, such a good girl.
14.
14. You add some improvements.
Yeah.
It looks like it'll work.
I
for
don't
her.
let her see me retying the joints around the corners or anything like that.
It's pretty good. You're impressed with your drunken lean-to skills that you haven't realised Varamas has helped you with.
Yay!
What are the rest of you doing? Are you also sleeping up here?
I'm gonna hang around for a bit, but then I'm gonna actually no, I want my own bed. And seeing as I have a free room still, I'm gonna sleep in it.
Silkus will go down with you, and he'll go into his room. The two of you sleep on, or three of you sleep on the mountain. Everyone gains a long rest if you spent any spells or anything. And that is where we're going to go to break.
Yay!
So, we will be back in about 10 or so minutes. Go to the toilet, get some food, whatever you might need to do in this time, and
I
we'll
see
be back.
5 viewers there. I expect at least 5 questions
Damn
for
right.
the mid-show after show.
You're damn right. Put your questions in chat if you have any. Any question for us as the cast or as our characters, whatever you like. including for me as some of the DM's characters.
You could just do what we do and ask him to come up with 3 names with no forewarning.
I hate them so much, and if one of you asks that question, I'm not answering it.
What if we ask that question?
I might answer it.
Okay, awesome.
But we'll be back with the mid-show after show.
Yep.
Hosted, of course, by Glenn.
Hey, it's me.
So, we will see you shortly. And I've lost my connection. Oh, it's back! Look, it's back. It's great, guys. It's wonderful. It's the best thing I've ever had in my life.
So should I go see if I can find that hideous hat?
Absolutely. And welcome back to the mid-show after show. Brought to you by your flavour of cake.
6.
Many.
Many.
I was meant to say your favourite flavour of cake, but no, it's just your flavour of cake.
Brought to you by your flavour of cake.
That sounds like we're going to talk about meat flavored cake, though.
So are we answering?
Cannibal
Would you like
flavour.
to? Would you like to talk about meat flavoured cake, Michael? Please. I hear you're the world's leading expert on meat flavoured cake.
If any of our listeners know that they are indeed delicious and would make a great cake, let us know.
Is meat
Also,
flavoured cake
how
just
does everybody
lasagna?
feel about my hat?
I personally, I feel great about your
I
hat.
feel wonderful about your hat. I think your hat
This
is
is
fantastic.
actually a hat that lives in my house.
Your hat's alive?
Oh my god, that hat is incredibly hideous.
It looks, come on.
I-
has
for some-
eyes
the
and a
best part
nose.
about it is it seems to make you look more expressive.
Oh
Okay.
dear.
So, joining us tonight, we have Oscar.
Hi!
Oscar is currently eating something the exact same colour as his hair. Just so you're
Wow.
all aware.
Dylan tried to post an
Oh, no.
a Google search of pork moon cake for Mid-Autumn Festival. It's a
Oh, no.
Oof.
Oh
moon
no,
cake.
the link got them purged.
Oh no.
But I clicked
What?
on it. It is he searched meat moon cake in Google. It is a thing.
Okay.
Meat cakes are, they kind of look like circular sausage rolls,
Okay. So,
like completely covered in the pastry.
tonight's mid-show after show is brought to you by circular sausage rolls completely covered in pastry and food that's the same colour as Oscar's hair. So, joining us tonight, we have our usual contestants. We have Oscar,
Fucking hell.
Well,
we
before
have
you,
Michael, and we have Hannah.
And we have an
I'm
invisible
gonna lose.
ghost.
But before you do start whatever quiz you're gonna do,
Yeah,
can I just answer the questions that Dylan asked first?
sure.
Okay. Sulfur is, I think she'll be turning 6. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Oscar.
You might be right.
Sariel's turning 24, and she's fine about it because half elves only turn into adults when they're like 20 anyway, right? So she's only like 4 years into adulthood. She's fine. She's chill. She's not having no crisis about it.
That's good. I'm just looking. Okay. So,
Yeah. Just because it was only like 2 questions, I thought I'd ask them before you did.
fair enough. So, I may have forgotten to prep the mid-show after show game show this week, so we've got few questions, which just puts the pressure on Oscar to eat faster, whilst also trying to win.
Oh god, oh here we go.
If Oscar can finish his meal by the end of the quiz,
It's too hot.
after having answered 3 questions, he wins.
Answer me these questions 3. Air the other side, you see.
So,
You'd be surprised how quickly I can eat this thing.
You said that
a
right
problem.
after failing to eat 2 spoonfuls in a row.
so our first question is in the category that we all know and love when it comes to D&D campaigns. Shopping. So, we are going shopping for some magical items. I would like all of you to buzz in when you feel that you know the answer. My first magical item that you guys are searching for has to do with a mission to the sewers. What magical item? And I'm using the exact wording here from the DMG. Makes rats ambivalent to you. Oh, indifferent to you.
I don't have a DMG, so.
That's alright. It's fairly obviously named, so just say something and you'll probably be right.
I believe it's the Cloak of Vermin.
Nope.
Ah.
Boots are squishy.
No.
Oh, come on, you have a
The-
DMG.
You have the DMG. You look at it every week.
I don't think I've ever. I don't think I've ever heard of this item. I have gone through the DMG so many times. I have combed that book, every inch of it, looking for new items that I can add. And not once do I remember seeing this item.
Okay, chat. You have Google. I will allow you Google. Chat, if you win, I don't know what's going to happen, but what magical item makes rats indifferent to you? I will just wait
Ring
for
of
the...
Vermin.
No. I will give you guys a clue.
Oh. I googled.
You cheated.
I will give you guys a clue.
No, I wanted to know. And I wanted to read what it was about.
It's a type of pipe,
And it requires attunement.
and it requires attunement.
Like, I'm sure it's Pied Piper themed, but I don't remember what item that is.
Can
Like
I say it?
pan
Can I
food
get a
of some
point?
sort?
You
Yes,
let
you
chat
can say
Google
You can say it.
pipes of the sewers.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it
The
says
DMG is
wondrous item, uncommon, requires attunement.
What page?
Must be proficient with the wind instruments to 185.
It's genuinely just a set of panpipes that make rats indifferent to you.
I think I've glossed over that
I
every single time I've gone through this book
Yeah.
because this is the page that I got 2 of your items off of.
I love that because it really implies that rats under normal conditions have very strong opinions about you. like I walk into the sewer and the rat
have
is
a-
just like,
Campaign related question in chat too.
walk into the sewer and the rat's like, excuse me, those boots with that jacket? Are you kidding
Is
me?
that the rat's opinion? Okay,
we
we've
have-
got
do
a
we have
campaign
categories?
related question.
Yeah, so fine.
How long this campaign for?
How long is this campaign going for? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Or
I
how
think
long has it gone for? How long is it intended to go for? Time-wise, I'm hoping at least 3 years. Real-time rise. Session-wise, I have no idea, but I would like for this campaign to get all the way through to level 20 and beyond.
220 and
Infinity
beyond.
Because I don't intend to stop at 20. People like hit level 20 and then they do the last battle and that's it. I don't want to do that. I want to make sure you actually have some shit to do at level 20. But
This hat's gonna get annoying.
my goal is to have this campaign go for like 5 years. So every week for 5 years. Get ready for that.
If it is the other way of reading that, we have been going since what? March?
20.
Sounds right.
This is session 22, so...
It was May because wasn't our first session May the 4th?
Be with you.
Oh, the official this campaign. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we started streaming D&D in March though.
The March of the previous year.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Got another shopping related question for you guys.
Okay.
At this same store, you're able to find a certain item that can stop a boat for 24 hours.
Oh,
What is this item called?
Is it somehow the powder of dryness?
No.
Just like you rub it into the boat and the boat sinks to the bottom of the ocean, falls through the water.
is it the feather of? Fuck! I know this item. I know it. Damn it!
This is just torture for Oscar, isn't it?
Yeah, it
That's
is.
great.
It is because I don't know the name of every fucking item in the DMG, but I know that they exist for the most part. I was disproved by my first attempt at an answer.
Okay. What's your second attempt at an answer?
No, I mean the first question.
No, I'm asking about the second question. Anyone?
I have no idea, and it didn't show up when I googled it. So
The feather of also Qualish.
You're so close.
Oh, and I had a
Genuinely.
question about Varamis's drinking habits that she wants people to answer to.
Oh.
Feather of turbulence.
Varamus drinks so much because it doesn't affect him like it affects regular people. And he's also a Springer Ladron at the moment, and they tend to overdrink just in general. So that's why. For those playing along at home, it was Qual's feather token of Anchor.
Oh,
Oh,
you guys are
okay.
right about being a feather.
Oh yeah, another question for Varamas. Would you describe him as a, quote, frat boy?
Absolutely. Varamus is very much the frat boy of the group at the moment. More so than Silkus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by far.
Okay, this one should be a fairly simple one. I can guarantee if you've seen this robe of magical items, you've...
Did you just give us the answer?
No, I didn't.
It's the robe
If
of,
I-
is it the robe of useful items?
No. If you've seen this magical item, which is a robe, I will
Yes.
own that. You will have had nightmares about it.
Cloak of displacement.
No.
Damn it.
You've had nightmares about the cloak of displacement?
Always! Actually, it's creepy, bro.
It-
Cloak of Dimension
Call
Door.
you a bro. I'm doing
No.
that again.
This just looks terrifying in the DMG.
The robe of eyes.
Yes. Okay. Now we are moving on to the PHB.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
So
that I'm gonna have more luck with.
okay. So now we are going to find out how much you guys know about racial features.
Ooh.
So
I remember many things.
Me and Oscar both like sit up straighter.
what race has the facial trait Stone Cunning?
Mountain Dwarf?
Yes.
Haha!
Regular dwarf, actually.
That was really fast, Oscar.
I thought you said facial trait, and I was really
I'm
confused.
pretty sure he did
that's
say
the way I
facial
actually-
I said racial trait.
No, you
I
said
believe you
facial trait. I
intended to
heard
say
facial.
racial trait.
I will have you know I heard racial trait.
I heard
Um,
facial trait. I don't know what you
okay.
guys, but I heard facial.
What 3 races are listed in the section of the PHB named Haughty but Dangerous?
Elves. Half
No.
elf. Damn it.
Goblins.
No. These are playable races from the PHB.
Half orc.
High elf?
No.
I already said elf.
Dragonborn.
No.
Tiefling.
No.
Halflings?
Gnome.
Yes. Halflings.
No.
What, 3
Yeah.
races?
Yeah, there
I
are
don't
3.
remember them being-
Dwarves.
Yes. Let's tie it up.
You said gnomes already.
I just don't remember them being separated into sections like that, which is weird.
There's a little green blurb on the page
Yeah.
for the elves. That is where you got elves from.
Yeah.
This is what elves refer to these races as. Haughty but dangerous. Don't know what haughty means, but I'm assuming it means innocuous.
Haughty
Not
but
really.
gracious.
I'd guess the last one's human.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I may have
Dwarves,
written...
halflings, and humans. I found the page.
Oh, there you go.
There
Okay.
you go.
Now,
But basically, haughty is like, you know, what Silkus is, kind of up yourself.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
okay, so one more. And then I will put you all out of your misery. Without looking at the PHP, what hit dice is the most common?
D8.
Oh,
And how many
D8.
are there?
yeah, she...
I don't know how many there are, but it's D8.
Yes.
How
Very
many
good.
are there?
I don't actually know how many classes there are.
6?
Yes.
Yes!
There are 6. Congratulations, guys. It was a team effort. You
I
all
got
won,
one
except for
first.
Michael.
Yes! I got one without you guys getting it wrong first.
Yeah. Oh, man. That was good.
Look at me
I
learning
enjoyed those
things.
categories.
All right.
Look at me learning
Tune in
things.
next time for the mid-show after show. game show.
That was-
when I remember to prep it.
That was a lot easier than your testing questions before the session, which were heavily Bionicle influenced.
Yeah, actually, that's a good one for those playing along at home.
Oh, you should do a Transformers one for those playing along at home. It'll go down great.
There's freaking little button hooks. Heck, it's
Quite
Pretty sure
difficult.
they're eyes.
No, but there's button hooks on
Okay,
the
Princess
ears.
Leia.
There's button hooks on the ears.
Went to laugh at that and was
Is it
instant
hot for
karma by stepping on the corner of my books. Ow, that hurt.
Kind of reminds me of the what's the animal that they ride in Hoth? On Hoth?
Banthas? Or
Tauntauns.
Tauntauns, yeah, sorry. Banthas are elsewhere.
Banthas
The huge ones on Tatooine, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
the woolly mammoths on the desert planet for some reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I want an answer to this by the end of the stream. What magical item from the DMG does Toa Nakama wear in Bionicles to the Legend of Metro Nui?
For fuck's sake.
Such a strenuous link, but it's there. Try to find that by the end of the show. Who knows? I might remember to answer. Anyway, that's it for the mid-show after show. Brought to you by food that is the same colour as Oscar's hair. And also lasagna. The original meat cake.
That's not actually incorrect.
I mean,
Lasagna is kind of a meat cake.
Don't know. It was probably invented
I know
after
a few
meat
meat
mooncake.
I don't think the moon was
Actually,
invented.
would
then.
pizza be counted as a cake with
No,
meat?
pizza is a pie.
I guess the question is, when was Italy invented?
Did those two things happen at the same time?
yes.
Pizza and Italy?
Yeah,
Did they just pop into existence at the same time?
yeah. The entire
We need
physical
somewhere to
country.
keep this pizza.
The Roman Empire was not in Italy. Italy came after. Didn't exist.
Does it have to have tomato in it for it to be lasagna?
Anna, does it?
I'm going to go with no, because otherwise Anna would never be able to eat lasagna, and that just sounds mean.
I like. Well, I like how you assume that life isn't mean. Anyway,
I will invent a type of lasagna so that she can have had lasagna. Okay.
back on topic. You all, after Varamas delayed the departure of your ship by speaking to the Mestriel, which you're still not aware of, you spent a day going about your business and then celebrated Sariel's birthday on the 30th of Florence with some pastries, some cakes, some hilarity, and a party on a mountaintop, which honestly I wish it was practical to do in real life because that sounded really cool. My next
Maybe
birthday,
we should do
everyone.
one like
I mean, I've had one of my birthdays in a canyon, so...
Yeah, but that's
How
not
do-
on a mountain.
It's the opposite of a mountain.
Guys,
Stop trying to one up me. You literally went down to me.
we have to do an outside D&D session after I've moved, where we're like surrounded by fairy lights and are outside somewhere.
I saw someone do that recently and I want to do it too, so yes. After your fairy lit birthday celebration, organised by Varamas himself, you all, well, three of you, Sulfur included, stayed at the top of the mountain to bed down for the night while John and Silkus, you went to your rooms, which are reserved for you there. The next day is coming up, where you know you will be heading off out of Yoln, taking the ships north and then east. As you all begin to come to your consciousness, slightly different times, two of you in particular, earlier than the others, because
Yeah, the sun reaches.
the sun hits you a lot sooner.
I'm already up.
Yeah, there you are. You two pack up the remainder of your things and begin to head back down as eventually the two of you start to come to consciousness. As you two approach the inn building that you know Silkus and John are in. You see one of the Mestrial scouts standing outside, waiting.
Oh, hey. I know you. You're from the Axle.
Hi, yes. Hello, Varimas and Sariel.
You don't have to say my name with such trepidation. Please.
You're recognizing this person as Erica, the first lieutenant that you previously had encounters with. The rest of your party here.
Yeah, they're upstairs.
I will wait. Do you know how long they will be?
Knowing Silkus, give him about an hour.
I really hope he's already getting
I
started.
hope it's not going to be an hour.
Well, you know women. I say to a woman, as a woman. I'll try and hurry him up as best as possible.
I'll wait here. And she steps aside and allows you indoor.
I will have put in some effort to wake up early, I think, so I'll probably be having breakfast.
Okay.
I will go, if Silkus is not in sort of like the common room having breakfast, I will go wake him up.
Okay. Silkus is up. He is awake. However, he's not down in the common room. He's not down in the front
There we
room.
go, told you.
So you head up and you grab him, but the rest of you see John sitting having his morning meal. Sariel,
Self is
you
gonna put her head on his knee and puppy dog eye him till he gives her some.
Oh, absolutely. She's such a good
Just
girl.
give her some of
Deserves
your
all the
bacon.
pats. Oh, food. I thought you said attention.
No, she's begging you for food.
No, I'm hungry. I'm eating my food.
Sorry,
But I'm
you
giving a
enter-
lot of
She's still,
pats.
she's gonna start like pretty much. She's gonna have her head like on your leg, going.
You enter Silkus's room, and he is just sitting on the edge of his bed, currently with his books open, scribbling some notes in them.
I open the door and say knock knock at the same time, like a little say it as I do it.
Why did you say knock knock?
No idea. You know the lady that was talking to the magister lady, lady,
Yes.
the boss lady, and then we got told not to go back to Chimeria.
Yes.
She's downstairs waiting for us.
Oh, I see. I'll be right down.
Do you want breakfast? Let me get you something.
That would be fantastic, thank you.
Cool. I'll go downstairs and order him breakfast.
Okay.
And
So you
order something for Sulfur so she leaves it.
you join the other three at the table. You purchase sulfur, some food. Everyone who is buying food, take 3 silver off.
I will buy Sulfur's breakfast as well. So.
Okay, so 3 silver per person, 1 silver for sulfur.
Okay, I'm not having breakfast, so it's fine.
Okay, cool. Your food comes out, you eat. Is there any conversation you want to have over breakfast?
Feel like we've covered most of the big points already.
Okay. After finishing, the innkeep comes, clears up your table. The couple other patrons that are in there aren't really paying you much mind at this stage, and they're having a pretty easy time of it, moving around, collecting plates, issuing drinks where they're needed. And you all step outside once again to be face to face with Erica, the Mestrial's first lieutenant, who gives you a nod and says, "The ship is ready. We are meeting the Mestrial up at the North Docks. We will take the quick route. Follow me."
There's a quick route? Ages that no one's mentioned this.
Not usually for you, but there's an exception in this case.
Okie dokie.
And
through
she-
the Assassin's Creed style quick travel tunnels.
She leads you through the city, heading straight north up the main path. But as you reach the girdle, she takes a hard left heads over to where you know the warehouses are and where you originally got those Umbral reservoirs. But she bypasses these warehouses, of which you can see a number of people working in. They are busy as always. And moves directly towards one of the cranes. As you all follow her over,
Ride a crane.
as you all follow her over, you see that one of the cargo cranes is currently lifting up a large number of crates, but next to it is a small kind of like a foreman's building kind of thing, with a door that's open on the front. You can see another door that's currently closed in the back of it, and a wall that goes across to just a safety wall, essentially. And a smaller crane sits on top of this building, or not. Yeah. It sits next to this building. She walks up, gives a tap on the door frame, looks in, has a brief conversation that you can't hear as you're standing outside, and then beckons you to come through. She steps out, opens the back door, steps through onto a platform that is suspended by cables going up to the top of this crane, and has fences all around, or walls all around. You can still see out, but there are safety fences. And she steps into the back corner and motions you to jump on.
Yeah, hop on.
Okay. It is a couple thousand feet down. So if anyone's scared of heights...
Faramus is not.
No, for once.
Faramus looks over the edge. It's just
I'm not hugely comfortable with heights, but I'll be alright.
Okay. So you all step on, and the gate behind you closes, the door closes, and the winch operators at the top start to lower you down as you are taken straight down the cliffside on this elevator crane.
I'll just take this hat off, but at the same time, I know my head's going to be cold now if I do.
As you go, you can see behind you is just the solid stone of Yoln's outer walls, or outer mountains. But then ahead of you, you're looking out over the Gulf of Cliftonwood. You're seeing the docks below you getting closer and closer, with ships coming in and out. And as you start to get closer, you notice one ship in particular that looks fully manned, fully crewed currently. Looks like it's ready to depart. And it's a large, narrow vessel. They're in the very particular style that you're used to of the Yoln people, which is the kind of longboat style.
Yeah.
But this one seems particularly narrow, particularly made for speed. And you notice a large contraption on the back of it that you can't quite make out what it is from here. Eventually the elevator gets you to the bottom. Erica swings open the front gate and you all step out.
Yeah.
And approaching you, you see a blue tiefling woman who's completely bald, shaved bald, but her head is covered in tattoos. One of them in particular looks like it's probably her umbral tattoo. Wearing primarily kind of light cloth clothing, but then it has a simple leather breastplate and some leather greaves on. Definitely a sailor type by the clothing and by the look. And she comes up to you, holds out her hand outstretched to who's in front. Do we want?
I'll go in front.
Okay, holds out her hand to you for a handshake and says, "Greetings. My name is Thura Matson. I am the captain of the Umbral Gorgon, the ship over there that I noticed you admiring. It's one of Yoln's best. That's the ship that we will be using to get you to our layover point. This ship is built for speed, not for long distance. So what we'll be doing here is getting you to a midpoint island. This is simply to get you across the scars. The dangerous area to the east cannot be traversed easily, and so we use these specialized ships. We'll get you to an island, you'll switch onto a new ship where you will be on the long haul."
All right.
At this point, the Mestrial comes up to you as well, as you're kind of all moving out of the way of the doors to the winch, the crane. And she says, "Hello, Calamity Hunters. Good to see you here so bright and early.
Indeed.
Thank you, Erica. And she gives a gesture, and Erica kind of backs off and heads back to the crane, starts going up again. This journey can be dangerous, might I warn you of that. You are crossing a very dangerous area of sea. These areas to the east of Dalandar are not to be trifled with. This ship has a contraption on it that works both as an umbral relay and as essentially a shield generator. This must not be interfered with. It will be deployed before you enter the dangerous regions and will remain in activation until you leave them.
All right. So by
What
dangerous,
exactly is dangerous about the areas?
we talking
Creatures, weather, primarily creatures.
Mm-hmm.
These areas seem to spawn twisted beings that don't happen anywhere else, that we haven't observed. No one that we know of has observed in any other regions beside these ones. The sea regions in particular like to cultivate large numbers of much bigger creatures.
You got a kraken out in those waters.
Unfortunately, yes, but you won't be crossing near it that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I don't like krakens.
This ship will get you through the scar, but it won't be able to take you all the way.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
I would like you all to have one of these. And she pulls out a small bag, opens it up, and you can see a number of small stones in there. But as you look at them, they all look very uniform. They look like each of them, the base, as she hands you each one, is some form of pebble that has what looks like a vein of some form of metal running through it.
Yeah.
But it's being smoothed over and polished to perfection. And then on one side has a carving that you've seen a number of times throughout your visits to Yoln, which is the symbol of the Mestriel herself. It's her, essentially her badge.
Yeah.
These tokens, if you show them to people in Grodalia, certain people, will allow you safe and quick return travel here. We cannot offer it for you to there because, of course, you are not known. We cannot send just anyone via teleportation, but once you're there, if you show them these, you'll be able to get back.
Excellent. Thank you.
Stay safe. And remember, if anything happens, which is not necessarily unlikely, the crew of the Umbral Gorgon will be focused on keeping those shields functional. If they go down, then it was probably the last time we will see you again.
Oh, well.
All right then. Thank you.
Best of luck. And thank you for what you've done. We hope to see you again shortly. She steps out of the way, and the captain kind of turns on her heel and starts moving back towards the Umbral Gorgon. You all begin to follow along the docks as you notice other crews all moving in and out, some of them carrying heavy cargo, and a couple, as you move past one particular ship, two people who are carrying a large crate, one of them drops it on its corner, and the other guy wasn't prepared for the weight, and it kind of lands on his thigh, and he screams out in pain, and then has a go at the other dude cursing at him, and then the captain of that ship from the ship itself calls out to them and starts berating them. But you move past all this, and eventually along the wharf that the Umbral Gorgon is docked next to, and it's a very low ship. As you move up next to it, it's very beautifully made. It's got a figurehead up the front of that Gorgon horned head, with the very distinct plating that you notice when you went up against the Gorgons previously. And the figurehead kind of flows into this wonderful metallic trim and then into the timber hull of the boat itself. as you all start to hop in, the rowing crew is getting themselves prepared. The captain eventually hops on, the ropes are lifted, and the ship is sent on its way, and you begin moving north out through the Gulf of Cliftonwood.
Yeah.
As you go, now, is there anything people want to do right now as we're leaving?
Make a anti-nausea potion.
Okay. Do you have alchemist tools on you?
I have mortar and pestle. Hang on, I'm looking for my inventory. I've lost my inventory.
You've made
I
lots
have
of potions in the
a
past.
herbalism kit.
You have a herbalism kit. Okay.
I do.
You will need an alchemist kit. However,
Well, hang on. Because the herbalism kit, I think it said that you can make rudimentary potions with.
okay, I will hold out on my decision for that.
As this is happening, do we have time for like a short rest or whatever?
Seems to be.
Like,
Seems so. You've got nothing much to do on this ship.
As we start to take off, Varamus just gets, except for his hands, the rest of him just gets more and more yellow as I'm switching to summer.
Okay.
You're feeling okay, Varamus? You're looking a little like pale.
Oh no, I'm
This
fine.
kit contains a variety of instruments such as clippers, mortar and pestle, and pouches and vials used by herbalists to create remedies and potions.
Okay. Then I will allow it. You can begin
I only had to be proficient if I want to make potions of healing specifically.
Okay. You can begin making your anti-nausea potions. They are relatively rudimentary. You've got all the ingredients, and the potions themselves are pretty common, so it's not exactly a difficult task. Roll a roll a nature check for me.
Six.
Would that change if it was medicine?
Yes.
I'm forgetting my my checks today. I'm really bad at this today. What's it with medicine?
7.
7. Okay. It takes you some time. You lose, unfortunately, 2 potions worth of the ingredients. But you end up, after a couple of hours of working on it, you do end up making 8 anti-nausea potions.
Okay.
Which, funnily enough, you're now in need of one, as I don't think you've ever been on a ship before on the water.
I mean, we did that small crossing, but that's not open water. That's not, like...
Yeah. That was further up the Gulf as well. So
I feel like it was calmer water.
You've done that.
And I was distracted by punching a tiefling in the face.
Yeah, exactly. So you're now kind of in need of that potion as you start to feel a little sick. And even
I'm
Sulcus
going
is
to look
kind
very
of
pointedly at John while I drink it. Like, thank you.
Even Sulcus is feeling a little bit green, and you notice, but he doesn't say anything about it. Thura approaches you, Captain Matson. Approaches Yoln.
Yeah.
And says, I trust the Mestrial has informed you of the dangers of this journey.
Yes, in
Indeed
broad
she has.
strokes.
Good. Because this is not for the faint-hearted.
That's why I'm summer.
Good to see you, Varamus.
Good to see you too. It's been a while.
It has.
I wink at her.
For the rest of you, just be aware that once we reach our stopover point, you will be handed over to another crew entirely. You'll be out of our hands. We work directly under the Mestrial, but the other crew does not. And you'll need to expect to be treated differently. They're a little bit of a rougher bunch. More used to the long haul travel, the cargo hauling, that level of things.
Yes.
Micro-trained fighters. So any trouble we come across, while they will be focusing on the shields, we may be able to help. If those go down, or if they're pierced, we are dead. That is it. We'll be rowing through a miasma of sorts. Above the water it floats, and any life, at least that we know of, that comes into contact with it is either permanently twisted or killed outright. If that gets in, it cannot be gotten rid of. Very few people have survived, and there are legends that speak of it. From those few that did, my word is law on this ship. Anything I say goes. I want you to understand that.
Yes, Captain.
Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Not to scare you.
Not at all.
She's
At this
actually
point-
really nice when you get to know her.
I don't think she's not nice. I just think it was a very scary speech.
At this stage, the Umbral Gorgon starts to kind of get into the realm. You've seen the coasts have been widening and widening next to you as you've been going further and further north. But you've gotten to a point where you're starting to recognize the terrain as you realize that you're now entering the region of the Smuggler's Town that you passed through. It's about at this stage that everyone roll a perception check.
Yes. I love perception checks. They're like my third favourite check. You've betrayed me.
It was so exciting for it too.
You have seriously betrayed me this night.
Oh man.
How do you intend to atone for your sins, Dice? I will replace you. Don't think I won't.
Oh,
16.
that's a
Yeah,
threat.
that's what I thought.
16. And what is Silkus? Ah, God. What is Silkus's perception?
+1.
7.
14.
19 for me.
19. Okay. The two of you, John and Sariel,
Yeah.
you begin to notice at this stage, from the western side of the Gulf, another ship begin to make its way out into the center. At an angle from the Smuggler's Village, Smuggler's Town. And as you watch, it looks like it's on a path to intercept.
Do we have to deal with a lot of pirates going through these waters usually?
Always.
Good to know. Well,
You can sit back and relax. We've got this one handled.
I don't.
Okay. She moves to the bow of the ship to look out and keep an eye on this pirate ship that's coming towards the Gorgon.
I'm
And
protecting the hell out of the shield generator.
okay, as the two ships begin to get closer and closer, you start to see details on the other ship. And the moment you start to see these details, you also notice that the ship starts to curve alongside. And then a few hundred meters away from you at this stage, before the ship itself continues turning and heads opposite in a different direction, it looks like they've just been scared off by the presence of the one you're on. The captain's just standing up there, completely unfazed,
Flipping him off.
pretty much, as her crew were just waiting around. You see a number of the armored fighter crew standing there with their spears and swords, and in a couple cases their axes, just lounging around, watching the ship come close. Some of them jeering at it, making jokes, as the pirates just turn tail and head back to the town. And you continue on northwards through the Gulf.
Yeah.
Eventually, after a couple of more hours, you lose track of the coastlines on either side as you're still out in the center of the Gulf. But you start to notice the ship veer off on a right hand, on an easterly course. Eventually, another coast comes into view, just the tip of part of the coast as you make your way around, and as you get a little bit closer to it, you're realizing that this is the northern coast of the Corin Peninsula, where you were previously. You recognize the jungle, you recognize the kind of grunginess of the entire area, and a couple times you spot a glimpse of that large bird that was flying around over there when you were there. You hook around that northern area of Dalandar, and at this stage the seas are pretty calm. It's not a particularly windy day, but as you hook around, you start up ahead to see this miasma that has been alluded to. And through the miasma, the closer you get, you also start to see huge tendrils of something thrusting up out of the water. They're not moving, but these huge tendrils that stick up and end in a point way up in the air.
Ooh.
It's just almost a forest of them, but they are distributed every couple kilometers or so. But for the size of them, looking at them, you can see so many of them.
I've been to Yoln a fair bit. Do I know what these are?
You haven't been across the Sea Scar.
Oh.
This is not a journey that many people make lightly.
Okay.
Which you've been in Yoln for a long time. You've been around Yoln. You've been certain other parts of Dalandar, but you've not been across the Sea Scar. You start to approach the area, and as you're getting to within a couple kilometers of, it's essentially just a wall. It looks like when you see just a storm rolling in. It's just a wall of this miasma. And the fighter crew now put down their weapons. They all stow them away and begin moving quite hastily to get the generator, or the relay, the shield generator, up and running. As a couple of them start to cast spells on it, a couple of them start to trace runes, and the whole contraption starts to come to life, and you see as it projects a beam of Umbra up to the mast, which then shrouds the entire ship, and eventually you see it disappear under the surface of the water, out of sight, and you assume meets underneath in a solid shield of Umbra around the ship.
How's the boat?
I imagine at this point Silkus is making notes.
Oh yeah, Silkus is making many notes as the sea is starting to get a little rougher. You're starting to bob up and down a bit more. The rowers are trying a little bit harder to get over the crests of some of these waves.
So this is sail and rower powered, this vessel?
Yes.
Okay.
Currently just the rowers. They don't have the sail up at the moment, but it does have the capacity.
Yeah.
And with this shield up, you enter the miasma area. Looking around, there's still some visibility. You can still see for a couple hundred meters, and looking up in particular where there is daylight, you can see the tips of the tendrils, the huge dark tendrils towering over top of you. But you can't see much else. If there was a coastline a couple hundred meters away, you wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
As you enter this kind of dark orange mist that seems to permeate the whole area. You don't know how far it goes, you don't know how wide it is, but you are now fully entrenched, and you notice that the Umbral shield over the ship is pushing the mist to the side. As the mist is hitting the shield, you watch as the kind of airflow itself, you watching it hit and then just distribute around the side. And the ship is moving quite fast. This is a very fast ship. The ship rocks a few times unnervingly. Every now and again you'll see something weird and twisted jump out of the water near you and then head back under. And it's really unnerving being in this space, this dark, low visibility, creepy place.
As we're going through, I do get paler and almost snow white sort of color as I kind of like shrink to the back of the boat. I don't like this.
I think.
Can I go like be comforting?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go be comforting.
I imagine.
Like sit with you and I don't know, grab your arm or something.
I imagine Silkus
Thank
is
you.
casting mage armor.
Yeah, sure.
And just be like, maybe I just quickly,
yeah. Silkus cast mage armor on himself. You've kind of just decided to go hide out in the forepeak. It's just a little canvas thing that usually stows like the anchor and the ropes and stuff, which are currently in there now. It's a fairly tight space, but you're like, this is good. This is better than out there.
I'll be fine. I'm just... Yeah, winter does things and so does stuff like this.
As you get a little bit further in, a couple of you start to notice, well, you don't, but a couple of the rest of you start to notice the wind picks up, and the short minutes after this, the sail is sent up, and is filled by the air, and they now have the vessel both under oar and sail power. As the ship speeds up even further, and you start skipping over these waves, not jumping, but some of the larger waves you crash through, but most of the smaller ones you're now skipping over in this very shallow boat that just the surface contact with the water is so little that you're just moving so quickly. And then all of a sudden it's this grinding crash and the whole ship just almost launches itself into the air before you all come back down. I'd like everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh yeah.
Including for Silkus.
Not you.
You can do it with advantage because you're currently in this little hidey hole.
Including sulfur as well?
Sorry? Sulfur as well, yeah.
Just pretty good.
17.
Dex save.
17.
That's 5 for John and 15 for Silkus.
5 for John, 15 for
She
Silkus.
gets my proficiencies and stuff, right? So if I have like, because I have a higher
her
dex
save proficiencies are different, I think.
because I don't have anything written on them. But it does have +2 under dex, so did I just add that?
Yes, yeah. Okay, so what did you and Sulfur get?
I get a do 20, she has 16.
Okay, you got Silkus got 15, you got 5, and you
Yes.
got
17.
17.
John was absolutely not hanging on to anything when that happened.
Yeah, you were just wandering around on the ship. You've been on boats before, you're happy with this. You feel this lurch all of a sudden, kind of smack your head on the forepeak a little bit. You manage to grab it and stabilize yourself. Zariel, over with Varamas comforting him, you also have this moment, but you grab the forepeak and kind of you chuck your hand on the ground to stabilize yourself on the deck of the boat. Silkus is standing next to the mast and he just goes, "Ah!" and just hugs it as he watches this happen. And he manages to stay standing. But John, you were nowhere near it. You were just out in the open on the deck of the ship, and you are launched off your feet. You take 2 bludgeoning damage as you crash down on the deck of the ship once more. And Sulfur, being on all fours, is perfectly fine. She got a little hop, she had a little hibbity bop into the air, but has managed to come down a little bit unstable and stabilize herself. As the crew themselves, the fighting crew have moved specifically back to the shield generator. And the rowing crew are now, you can see them, they've all increased their pace. The one at the front calling the time has increased the pace of the oars, and you are now moving even faster than you were before. Make a perception check, anyone near the stern of the ship. So you're in the forepeak, you're next to the forepeak, I'd say you're near the stern now, and so this is the mast. So both of you.
Sounds like the front.
Stern is the back.
Yeah.
Damn!
Okay, that's a crit for Silkus.
So nat 20 on Silkus, and what was yours?
Perception, 17.
17. Silkus immediately spots in the wake of the ship something else seems to be following in a curved motion. And as he points it out to you, you notice it immediately as well. You can't see anything poking out above the water, but the water itself is moving around it.
Yeah, it's like, what? Looks like we got some kind of serpent after us. That's not good.
It doesn't seem to be catching up at the moment, but it's there behind the ship. And as you say that, one of the fighting crew move around the generator and up onto the kind of the slightly raised platform at the back where you're now standing, and they look over and kind of call, "Yeah, we got trouble. I'll stay here and watch." And because he looks up, he glances up and he sees that the crow's nest, the person who's up there right now, cannot see through the mist to this creature. Cannot see far enough. As the mist is now even denser than it was before.
Yeah.
And this creature, you have no idea what it is, but it's doing this. All you see is the water being displaced around it, moving in that winding motion behind the ship.
I would like to picture it as the massive fish from the fishing episode on Futurama.
I wouldn't know. I would not know. What are people doing as you now call out about it, and as the crew member has now also called out about it? You two hear this. Are you reacting?
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and out of the little spot. I still hate it, and I'm still going with a lot more trepidation than you've ever seen me. I'm like a bag of nerves at this point. But that is the curse of the Winter Eladrin. As I draw the quarterstaff and I get ready to a symbiotic entity. Whenever that happens, I've forgotten what it's called.
Yeah, cool. No worries. I'll have to get that printed off for you.
Yes, please.
Sarah, what are you doing as Varamas steps out of the forepeak?
Going to usher Sulfur into whatever kind of cabinry is available.
There is no cabin. The forepeak
There's
is really
somewhere I
the
can
only
shut
shelter.
her away.
Yeah, you could put her in the forepeak
put her
where
in there.
Varamas was. Okay, it's
Yeah,
basically just a canvas tent thing. It's very small, not enough to stand in, and it's currently got the anchor and some ropes in there, but she is able to fit, and you can pull the cover across.
How heavy does the anchor look?
I'm not gonna.
Real fucking heavy.
Okay.
I'm not gonna pull her.
I like
pull
the
anything
idea.
Across. I'm not gonna pull anything across her or anything, but I'm just gonna pretty much ask her to stay, because the idea of her getting twisted by anything. No. Just no.
Yeah. And
I kind of have this out of sight, out of mind. If it can't see her, it can't touch her.
So you give these orders to Sulfur, and she kind of reluctantly sits in the forepeak and waits. You rush up to the stern, the raised platform at the stern, and stand next to John and now Silkus, looking out over the back, and you see the same thing winding behind you. The captain, Thura, comes up to the back as well to have a look, and you've got now like a party of 6 or 7 people standing on the back. But she just shoves her way through and stares out over the back. We should be able to outrun it. Rowers, increase the speed. And like absolute champs, these guys have been trying super hard already. You don't know how they do it. They increase the speed even more. The wind is
That guy wasn't rowing.
He wasn't doing anything. They are like bulging like the veins are bulging in their necks, and they're absolutely pumping it with their like these are they're enormous people. You take on one of these in a fight, they will throw you across the room.
These guys are a rowing team of Terry Crews.
Pretty much. You got Terry Crews, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It's just all those.
I like how those are the two biggest guys.
Yeah, that's all I can think about.
It's Terry Crews, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Chris Evans, Zachary Levi from Shazam.
Yep.
Not Zachary Levi from Chuck. Very important distinction.
Arnie.
Arnold
The
Schwarzenegger.
whole,
Yeah.
the whole family.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah. Exactly.
Particularly Pedro.
These guys are just the buffest, most muscular people you've ever seen in your life. Occasionally when one stands up, you're like, wow, they don't do leg day. There is some muscle there. They need that muscle, but their arms are ripped. And they are really putting everything they have into this right now as the captain gives these orders. And you watch as you start to pull away from this creature as the ship's moving. Just at mind-boggling speeds for what you're all used to. You know, no horse that you've ever been on can run this fast.
I'm going to move to the front and make sure that there's like one of us as well as some of the crew will be looking out in the front, and that seems like a smart idea.
Make a perception check for me.
7.
You move to the front, and for a couple minutes, you're watching out. You don't see much.
Yeah.
Everyone make a dexterity saving throw for me.
15.
Okay, that is...
Do I have to make one for
11.
Sulfur as well, even though she's in
No, Sulphur's alright.
11 for John, 7 for Silkus.
Okay.
23.
23. What did you say?
15.
15. So, Saril and Varamas,
Yep.
you two grab onto the bulwarks of the ship, the railings of the ship, as it suddenly hitches sideways. Not completely sideways, but as an order is given completely out of the blue for the left-hand side of the rowers to just stop, and they put all their force into just locking their oars as the other side spins the ship.
It's probably too low of a roll, but can I just grab Silkus if I see him, like, instead of both hands, just one hand on the boat, one hand on Silkus?
Make another dexterity saving throw for me.
Worse. 13.
You break his fall a bit. He was taking damage, but he still hits the deck. As John, you get thrown sideways as well.
Yeah.
I wasn't near you.
No,
Yes.
definitely not. As the rowers lock their oars, as you now see, one of these tendrils just out of nowhere has come out of the mist, and it's being given an order to just basically halt the ship. As soon as the ship is at a slight angle, the rowers return to their rhythm, and the ship starts to move around. But it was enough to kind of throw you all off. Even some of the fighters hit the deck. They weren't prepared for it, and the captain's still there, standing, holding onto the rail. She knows what she's doing here. She's had this before. As you move around this tendril, you standing at the front start to see more and more ahead of you.
Yeah.
As it seems like the visibility is getting better and better. The mist is starting to get sparser and sparser, and those watching in the back, you watch as this creature that's been catching up kind of this whole time swings around, and then you lose track of its wake, and you now breach the edge of the mist, and you can see out ahead of you is it's dusk at this point. Super colourful sky, the oranges and reds of the dusk sky. But just ahead of you, you can see some lights that look to be on land of some sort. And the ship kind of coasts out. The rowers just kind of relax and they let the sails do the rest of the work as the ship is brought in relatively slowly to an island up ahead of you. Where you can see, as you approach, you can see a couple campfires set out along, and nearby, not lit, but you can see it against the silhouette of the horizon, is another ship. Seems to be the only one. It's a very small island. You can basically see the entire thing from where you currently are. It's not very big at all. But Thura comes up to you standing there at the front and says, "This is the island of Scow. This is the changeover. That ship over there is the one that you'll be getting onto. That's the Silver Tern. The captain is Gundar Hjelmstad, and he's reliable."
That name's got a J in it, doesn't it?
Yes, of course.
Thought so.
I want you to send me the spelling of both these captains' names afterwards, please.
Okay.
I want a detailed list of all the NPCs that we met tonight, including the bards.
Every one of them. As I said, his crew is rough, but they will treat you okay, as long as you treat them alright. And they'll get you there. They'll get you where you need to go. And then she turns around and gives some orders. And this is just to you at the moment, because you're the one up the front.
Yeah.
But she turns around and gives some orders. The sails are let down, the rowers pick up again, just a relatively relaxed pace, and they bring the ship in nice and slowly, but they stop it about 100 meters out from shore, a couple hundred feet, I should say, out from shore, where sulfur is disturbed as they retrieve the anchor from the forepeak and drop it over the side.
I'll whistle to her and she can come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the crew members gets a hell of a shock as he goes to get the anchor out, and there's a wolf staring out of the forepeak.
Oh, dog!
But the anchor is dropped, and the ship is now motionless, just bobbing on the water about a couple 100 feet off of the island of Scow. And as you all watch, a number of small dinghies with just 2 people each are rowing out to you to meet you.
Island of what?
Scow, S-K-A-W. S-K-A-U, sorry, not W.
W.
Not score.
So, effectively we have dinghies coming towards us?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I wish you a safe return journey.
Thank you, and I wish you a safe trip across the sea. This is not the nicest of seas, but you're in good hands. She starts to give orders for the planks to be lowered, for people to be able to converse, and for you to be able to get onto these dinghies as they come in. As they approach, with 2 people on each, there are 3 of these dinghies, enough to take all of you easily, plus more. Thura kind of calls out, the other captain doesn't seem to be here as she addresses someone entirely different.
Yeah.
He says, "Brought enough dinghies?" And they reply, "We didn't know how many there were going to be, so we brought all 3. Fair enough. Crew, let them go." And the planks are lowered onto the dinghies. And as that happens, a couple of the dinghies, the crew on them disembark and onto your ship. And Captain's like, "What are you doing?" "No, you don't come on here." And she starts to go over and confront one when it sloughs its skin like it was wearing a skin suit. All of a sudden,
Ew.
you see the emergence of what looks like long tentacled hair almost, but I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Yes! I haven't fought with Varamus before and is in the worst form for it. Yep. Terrible form.
Okay.
Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna find that image.
Can I have this?
Can I have this?
Right. So, 30 to 20.
Archibald's not here, so no 28.
Yep.
My initiative's 3, so 22 for both.
22 for both you and Sulfur.
I rolled
How do you
two
always
19s.
roll directly one after each other?
I roll with 2 dice.
Yeah, but how do you roll?
No,
how,
I
how do
don't, because she's gone like at the end of an initiative order when
I
I've
feel
hit
like
start.
it's rare that happens. Though. I feel like you're always one after the other in the initiative.
No,
order.
we're not. I mean, I've had Sulfur be like at the end of the party, and the reason it feels so similar to you is because I'm usually at the start of the party.
Yeah, maybe. You may be right.
She usually rolls like 5s.
Okie dokie. So what did you say? 23 for both you and Sulfur?
Well, what's not 22?
22 for both you and Sulfur. Okay.
Yeah, 19 and 3. Because she shares my initiative score, doesn't she?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Yes.
It's the easiest way to do it.
20 to 15.
16 for Silkus.
Okay. Uh, 15 to 10. No one? Jesus Christ. Okay. 10 to 5.
6.
8 for John.
How many of them have done
And
the
5 to
gross skin
0.
thing?
I think that's everyone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, Cyril, Sulfur, Silkus, John, Varmas. Okay, cool. As
How many
this,
of them?
there are, at this point in time, one of them has fully boarded and is sloughing its skin as you're watching it happen. But there are 4 others from two of the other, from all 3 actually. Only one person remains behind on the dinghies, as all the other people are now boarding via the planks, and in the process of doing that. So you see 5 likelies.
Hang the fuck on. Is the entire ship like going to be gross tentacly people and we're not going to be able to get on the ship at all? Are we stuck on an island?
No, we've still got this boat. And we've got several fighting dudes.
Which I
Plus
hope
us.
they're going to be in this fight, Oscar.
Okay. Sariel, you're up first with Sulfur.
The one that's shitting its skin.
You gonna
It
shoot
hasn't
it?
had a turn yet. I get advantage.
Yeah. Oscar.
Okay.
Could you pass me Josh's
Spell
Yeah.
check.
spell trackers? Yes, please.
What was that?
Do 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, that hits.
Oh, I should have said Hunter's Mark beforehand. Oh well.
Third, second, fourth. Third, second, first.
8 damage. Bonus action. Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Fantastic. So, you immediately loose a shot at this creature as it's sloughing its skin, and you're watching these tentacles that come out of its head and flow down its back, almost like really flowy hair, but just this disgusting.
Like dreadlocks.
Not quite that
Tentacly
much.
dreadlocks.
There are only 6 of these tentacles, but they're relatively thick, but they come out and they flow down. At the ends of them, they've got these like sensory nodules almost.
Ew.
As the rest of it kind of sloughs off, and on its arms, it's got these huge fin-like things that protrude out of its elbows. And as you as you shoot, and it screams out in pain, its mouth opens up both up and outwards in this like Stranger Things Demogorgon style thing, and it's just rows of teeth on the inside heading back in to its mouth.
Can we safely assume that this is the kind of twisted that the captain was telling us about if you get touched by this miasma?
Probably.
Just
Well, if you're asking me, roll an intelligence check.
18.
18. Yeah, you can safely assume that.
Right. For Sulphur's turn, she has been told to run and fucking hide because I am not letting my dog bite that because I'm thinking Dragon Age Origins where the dogs bite the Darkspawn and they get infected. No fucking way.
Okay, so
No
Sulphur,
fucking way.
Sulphur runs back to the now empty forepeak and hides in the canvas.
Like, to the point that she drags that canvas, like, across.
It's
So
well
she's
and
fully
truly
hidden.
attached to the ship, but she
you
like
said that there was,
hits
like,
the side and
doorway
it, like part of the
thingies.
canvas like rips.
No, like a curtain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like
I
she
just want,
bolts
like,
in
a
there.
doorway.
Right. Yeah, she bolts in there, and it's just flapping. Hits the other side a little bit. Part of the canvas rips a little bit, but she is now hiding in there under your direct orders. Which brings us to the turn of the one you shot. It is going to see that you shot it and not turn to you. It is turning straight for Thura. As it runs the 15 or so feet to close the gap between it and Thura, and makes 2 attacks. One with its... Actually, both with its battle axe. That it's now holding. Plus...
I don't
6,
know
so
how
that's
to
12,
roll
and that's 15. The 12 does not hit, but the 15 does. And Thura takes 4. Actually, sorry, no, that's wrong.
The ones on the dinghy.
There's only one. Well, there's only one left. The rest of them are like in the process of climbing the planks.
Okay, so the one that's still on the dinghy.
Yep.
Does he
12.
look very surprised?
Oh, he looks terrified.
Okay, so he might be normal. Okay, there's some hope.
Thura takes 12 damage as it draws a battle axe from a sheath and slams it into Thura. And that is its turn. She dodges out of the way of one, but gets caught by a glancing blow from the second hit. It is now Silcus's turn.
Okay, Silcus is going to. Silcus is going to step like back, he's going to make his way back to the. I've already forgotten the name for the canvas enclosure.
The forepeak.
The forepeak is going to cast Enlarge on. Was it Thura? I've already.
Thura.
Thura.
Okay.
So Thura is now enlarged.
Okay.
And that's an action, so... And, yeah, he's just going to hold there for now, I think.
Okay. So he does that, which brings us to the second one's turn. It is
Did you
going
see there's
to...
5 of these?
Hey?
There's 5 of these?
5 that you can see currently boarding. It is going to use its movement to move up onto the ship, and it is going to attack you, Sariel, seeing that you shot the other one. That is a 22 and a 17 to hit.
Both hit.
Both hit. Which is... Where are my friggin' metal...
Over there.
There it is. Thank you, Glenn.
You're welcome.
That is 13 damage on the first hit and 10 damage on the second. As
So
it swipes its
20.
battle axe at you a couple times as well,
23.
before kind of continuing with its momentum and heading back towards Thura, although it's not leaving your... Like, it turns away from you, but it's not leaving your range yet.
That was 23 then? Total?
Yes. Yes, 10 and 13. Yes, 23.
Sick.
And the other 2 currently, other 3 currently in the process of mounting. 2 of them start kind of flanking around Thura, but don't make any attacks yet. Another one boards and begins to head towards you. And it is going to make 2 attacks against you as well.
Okay.
That is a natural 17 and a 9.
Do I feel infected?
17 hits, 9 does not.
Hey,
Do I feel infected?
roll a medicine check. So just the one hit, yeah?
Yep.
The fuck did I put it?
11.
What are you looking for?
The fucking D10 that I literally just put down. Let's use this one.
That one.
No, it was that one. You only take 6 damage, John.
Okay.
It is now your turn, John.
Oh, okay. So there's 2 still on.
So there are currently 5 all on the Umbral Gorgon.
Oh, they're
3 of them are surrounding Thura. 1 is next to Sariel but facing Thura, and 1 is
Okay.
in your face.
Okay.
And they've all got these kind of crude-looking battle
Fuck 'em up,
axes
John.
that look like they were made of driftwood and drift steel, almost.
Yep.
Just really, like, not even rusted, but just kind of eroded
Yep.
axes
I
that they're
was sort
currently
of
using.
picturing, like, you guys have seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Many years ago.
You know the fish people crew?
Yeah, David Jones's.
Yeah, David Jones' crew.
Yeah.
One of them's got like this big ass weapon, and it's like a
Like
jagged,
a saw shark's nose
Yeah.
mouth thing.
but with like something quite solid on the end of it.
Sure, one of them can have that. Does the same damage, but one of them can have that. There you go.
That's just what I was picturing when you said like what they were.
Your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna rage. I'm
Okay.
gonna am I next to like I imagine am I in a spot where I can just grab a belaying pin?
There is loads to grab on this ship.
Then
There
I
is a lot of stuff just sitting around.
Then I absolutely will grab a belaying pin and try to ram it into his throat.
Okay, roll your attack.
Woo, Jesus.
Oh.
Sounds really
You're ramming it
brutal.
down the throat of that thing.
And
Oh no.
I imagine I just like go for the face and his mouth is deeper than I expected and I just get like teeth stuck in the lower arms. Oh, by the way, I rolled a crit fail.
Oh no. Yeah, that mouth is like a black hole as it like opens up to scream into your face, and you go to jam this down. You just kind of grace along its teeth and don't actually make much contact with anything.
Just drop it in there.
Is that your turn?
I think I can. Yeah, I can bonus action and try.
You did
to-
rage.
I did
already.
rage. Yep. That's my turn.
That's your turn? Okay. Which brings us to Thura's turn, who's currently in the process of being
She's
surrounded.
enlarged.
Okay.
Yes.
She is currently enlarged, and she is going to draw her. She has a rapier and a small buckler that she uses. And she's going to draw that and go at one of them with multiple attacks. Both hit. And that is going to be
Don't forget your D4.
plus the d4 for each attack because of enlarge.
Yes, which is why I remembered it.
6.
10.
Yes, thank you. 10 plus 8.
Maths
that's
is
a
like the
total of
worst
18
part of D&D.
damage versus the.
I suppose it's a small price to pay.
18 damage to that one, and sends it reeling back as the rapier pierces through its shoulder, and it is now pushed back towards some of the crew that are standing around on the ship, pulling out their weapons. A lot of the fighting crew are just waiting at the shields. You see them just guarding with everything they have. Anything that comes near, they are going for, but they are not leaving that shield because it is too important to them. And she is going to then disengage and back out of being surrounded. She is going to move up to next to you.
Okay.
where she remains for her turn. Varamas, it is your turn.
For my turn, I brush my hair back, and as I do, I basically just spread steel all across my face, down my hair, my entire body, essentially Colossus from X-Men. And then I am going to go stand with the fighters defending the shield already.
Okay.
The one that's been hurt, the most.
The one that
how-
Thura is just taking on.
Yeah, how fucked up does it look?
Um,
On a
Is
scale
it
of
the one
1
I
to
shot?
it looks like it's in pain, but it's not. It's still continuing to fight. It's okay.
All
Is that the one I shot?
um,
Or is it a different one?
What?
Is it the one I shot or a different one?
Different one.
So there's one with an arrow sticking out of it and one that looks kind of in pain.
Okay, let's see if I've got any bonus action spells.
How many feet is it between where we are all standing and the shield generator?
It's only about 20 feet.
Okay, so-
Most of the creatures here are focusing on Thura by the looks of it, as opposed to
I'm
the
just
shields.
making sure I know the distances for spells and stuff.
Yeah. all good.
Okay, cool.
It's not a large ship by any means.
I've had a look at all my spells and they're all in action.
Yeah.
So
I hate it.
I'm going to look at the one that's been hurt. I'm just going to point at it, and I'm going to use my incising corona.
Okay.
Yeah, I just deal 6 piercing damage to it as a tiny dart just shoots out from my finger.
Okay. There you go. And it just... So after taking the rapier to the shoulder, it steps back, and as you run past, it kind of glances over in your direction, and then there's straight to upper shoulder, and it skids into the neck, and just kind of sticks out there. There's just a steel dart sticking out from there. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, Sariel, back to you. You have one up in your face.
I get disadvantage for shooting one that's right up in my face, don't I?
You do, yeah.
Is it an action to change to my short sword?
No.
So I can just whip that
Yeah,
out.
I don't care.
I can hold the bow in one hand and just go.
I don't care enough. I'm assuming you're dropping your bow, though, so just be
No,
aware of that.
I'm holding the bow in one hand and
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That works.
Well, I can't use the bow.
No,
But-
that works. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
the
I'm
queen
going
can.
to.
He hits people
I
in
guess
the
I'm
face
gonna
with his
try
bow
and
tongue.
swipe at this dick with my short sword, which I've never done before.
Okay, roll your
As
attack.
this character, this is the first time you guys are ever seeing her use her sword.
I really hope you crit.
Please crit.
That wasn't a crit.
No,
It is
but it
17,
is
though.
a. What's 16 and 6? It's like 22.
22.
22.
Yeah.
So it's 22.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
And this is not the one I have Hunter's Mark on, eh?
No.
Is it already injured?
It is not, no.
Damn.
This is the one that ran up to you and,
Max damage, though. 9.
nice. 9?
9. My max
9?
damage is not very much with this thing. It's a d6 plus 3.
That's alright. Okay, so you deal 9 damage to that one. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
How beaten up does the captain look?
She looks alright. She looks like she's doing fine.
I'm gonna bonus action healing word myself. Then,
Okay, go for it.
which is 1d4 plus spellcasting modifier.
Alright.
Wicked!
Max heal?
Yeah.
Nice.
What is 33 and 9?
42.
There we go.
Wow.
Damn. What is Sulfur doing for her turn? Because it's now her turn.
Staying out of the way.
She's listening to me and kind of staying as hidden as she can.
So hold action
It's
to
quiet
dash.
as she-
It's not to dash, to dodge.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No. Hide.
Hide. Hold action. No, just hiding. Okay, cool.
She's just hiding.
Roll a stealth check for Sulfur.
Okay. Does she get advantage?
No.
Because I know she's there, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 16, but I don't know what her plus is. Hang on.
Probably plus 2.
Stealth. Dirty 20.
Oh, plus 4. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sulfur hides to the best of her ability in the forepeak. Okay. It is now the one that you shot is now its turn. As it is.
So the one with the arrow sticking out of it.
It was engaged with Thura, and is going to. So it's being shot. It's seeing you go past. It's seeing Thura disengage. It's going to go for you.
Bring it.
Good
luck getting past my armor class.
Yeah, it's
My
going to
armor
run
class
up.
is my entire body.
Yeah, exactly right. It's going to run up and with its
Yeah,
battle
and
axe
he's also
take
going to have to contend with all the crew. if he
2
goes
shots. Fucking hell. That's a 14 is the highest.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't hit. As it
My
gets up
AC
there,
is 17.
it also suffers. Holy shit!
Oh my god, you rolled so many.
It suffers. I rolled 2 18s and a 13. I need these.
And it suffers.
It suffers.
Oh, why did I do this?
Oh my fucking god. 10,
30.
13 plus 22 points of short sword damage as the all the fighters around you
Yeah.
go for it immediately. So that was 22, right?
See, there you go, boys. I am useful.
It screams out in pain, letting out this horrible piercing shriek.
Really
And then
just
it
wanna
is Silkus's turn.
Okay. So the cluster that was around
Thura.
Thura, is there any that's still adjacent to that cluster?
Any allies still?
Any more of the enemies that are adjacent to that cluster still? Or there's still
Yeah.
just
Two of them are still.
Okay,
Two of them are still next to each other, like
Yeah,
10
okay.
feet from each other.
okay. Yeah. Silkus
Actually,
is
no,
gonna,
I'd say 5 feet. Anyway, yeah, continue.
yeah, Silkus is gonna throw a ice knife.
Okay. Roll his attack for me.
Yeah.
I'm really annoyed about the action economy of this game.
Really?
I've got a really cool plan, but I need one turn, and they're both actions.
Oh.
That's a
You're missing that Starfinder stuff.
17 plus whatever his
That hits,
spell
yeah.
attack is.
That hits. Jesus.
Yeah. So that is, let's see, 10 to 6.
So this is, you're aiming for one of them, yeah? And, which is this one.
Yeah.
Aiming for one of the really injured one is,
Yeah. I'll go for the injured one.
is there. Okay, cool.
So, ooh. Okay, so that one takes 3 piercing damage,
Okay,
and
so
they both
they both have to make dexterity
make
saving
dexterity
throws.
saving throws.
Wow, natural 15 and natural 16 plus 1, so 16 and 17.
Which I think both of them make it. then.
Both save, yeah. Is it half damage or is it no damage?
I think no damage.
No damage. Okay.
Yeah.
But the so the ice knife pierces into ice knife. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
The ice knife. The ice knife pierces into just it just grazes past the upper thigh of one of them, embeds itself in the deck and explodes, and the two of them kind of back away but don't necessarily need to do too much. Is that his turn? Is he moving at all?
No, he'll stay up there.
Cool. It is now all of their turns. The two that you just aimed at are going to move. One of them's going to move. Actually, both of them are going to move towards Thura, and they're both going to make attacks.
They're both gonna miss because they're little bitches.
That one hits. That one doesn't. So that's... And that one hits, that one doesn't. So 2 hits from 2 separate thingamabobbers, which is... Oh my god, that one and that one. A total of 10, 18 damage to Thura as they charge her. The other one that came up last is going to now head to cover its friend that's next to you.
Bring it on.
And as it runs, you watch it change form.
Yeah.
As it shifts into this fish-like form that is all, it's scaly and has most of a fish tail kind of lower half that's kind of split and then flippers for feet at the bottom as it runs towards you.
Kurotoa, are they?
No, they're not.
Okay, good.
As it runs towards you and emits this even higher pitched scream. I would like everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Including or unincluding the wolf?
Including Solver.
Unnatural 20.
Okay.
Okay, so that is... I don't know why I'm even bothering checking. An 8 for John.
Okay.
And a
Oh no.
3 for Silkus.
Oh no. Okay, what did you get?
17 and 19.
Okay, so the 3 of you, Varamas, Sulfur, and Sariel, you unaffected as you slam your hands over your ears. John and Silkus,
Yep.
you are both stunned until the end of its next turn.
Oh.
Let me also roll for... Oh, the captain is also stunned. And let's roll for the crew. Okay, the crew is fine.
Ooh,
Pretty much all the crew
I
is
can
fine.
use the... Oh, hang on. Who's stunned in our party?
John and Silkus and the captain.
Stunned. Silkus.
Oh.
On the
Oh,
party
right.
page.
Right, yes, that's a thing. Yes.
Thanks, Anna.
It lets out that scream and it just continues towards you, taking... That's cocked. Taking a total of 12 points of damage as more of the crew stab forward, protecting those shields. John, you're
Collapsed
stunned.
on my knees. Yep.
Thura is stunned. Varamas.
Okay. You see, the plan that I want to do, that the turn economy sucks for, is I want to hug one of these bastards and then cast heat metal on myself. But
Oh man,
because the turn economy sucks,
there's a feat that you need.
I would like to line them up as best I can in a line that will get the maximum amount of them without getting the maximum amount of us.
Okay.
Nice.
You can do that if you step out. You can get 1, 2, 3. Straight line?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
Cool. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Okay.
Everyone in that
Dexterity
line make
saving
dexterity
throws.
saving throws, please. Whilst I get my 8d6.
So does that include any of it?
That was cocked. That was 16.
I can safely assume that Baramus
Plus one,
has more
14,
um,
17.
HP
5, 14,
and
and 17.
AC.
Yes, you can.
Sorry.
What was that?
5, 14, and 17.
The 14 and 17 pass.
Okay.
The 5 doesn't. I will say that the 5 is the one closest to me.
Yeah, I will also agree.
Is
Which will be this one.
that 8? Yeah, that's 8. Okay. 10.
It's half damage to fails, right? To
Yeah.
successes.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
29 points of lightning damage to the one closest to me,
Good lord.
and 14 to the other 2.
And 14 to this one,
Yeah.
which is that, and to this one.
29.
How long are they stunned for? Just until their next turn? Or?
Okay.
And
End of its next turn.
the one closest to me, is it looking rough?
Yeah, as well as the one that who was focused on by Thura, the one that she stabbed first.
Alright, I'm going to just, like, I basically just flick my hand, and I'm going to shoot him with another incising corona.
Okay, which is just
That's
another
my
6
reaction.
damage.
Yep.
Okay, it's not looking happy. It's not looking happy. Is that your turn?
The incising corona leaves a little bit of steel in there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm good.
I see where this is going. Sariel, you're up next.
I've still got one in my face.
Yeah, you still got one up in your face.
I'm gonna run away from it.
Okay.
Out of
it is
melee range.
Going to take an opportunity attack.
I know.
Natural 18.
It hurts.
So that is 12 damage to you. But you are now no longer in melee range.
And I want to shoot the one that I shot before.
The one that you hunter's
Because
marked.
I have hunter's mark on it.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Oh, maths. Uneven maths. 25.
25 to hit. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and it is injured, yes?
Yes, it is. Very much so.
Yee, 2d8s.
Hey.
Oh, also,
Oh.
I'm guessing that when you become stunned, you drop concentration. Like, it doesn't
22
say that
damage.
anywhere in the conditions, but it makes
22
sense.
damage.
It's probably somewhere.
22 damage.
Can you roll concentration?
2 sevens
22
on the d8s.
damage.
2 sevens on the d8s, a 5 on the d6, plus 3.
As you release your shot, it buries itself in the back of its head and it drops dead. You can use a bonus action to move your hunter's mark.
To the one that was in my face.
Okay. So that one is dead. That one
And that
was
doesn't
one of
cost
the
me
ones
another
that was
spell
up
slot,
with you,
does it?
Baroness. Hey?
It doesn't cost me another spell slot to do
No,
to move it.
to move it when something dies, that doesn't cost you a spell slot.
Cool, sweet. Just making sure.
That was your turn?
Yeah, I probably have to roll for concentration because it hit me, right?
What are you concentrating on?
Isn't Hunter Smart concentration?
Oh, yeah. Yes. You'll have to roll
I
for that.
missed the other one too. I would have had to have done it before too.
That's right. Just roll one.
Yeah, that's 8 for Silk.
What do I have to get?
His job's concentration, so
It did 12 damage to me, so I need to have half of that.
You need to have minimum 10. You have to have 10.
What am I adding to it?
It's a concentration isn't anything. It's just a straight roll.
Straight roll. Okay, well I got like a 9.
I think
So take
constitution's
5
death.
damage back off that, I guess.
It doesn't matter. It's dead.
Okay. Yeah, well I drop it. I don't keep it.
Okay, and that's so. And then sulfur, just continue to hide.
Gets inside it.
Okay.
If we start
it no
looking
longer
like we're
has a
gonna
turn.
fall apart, I'll change my mind.
Silkus is stunned.
This is stunned.
So it is the one that was up in your face, Sariel, is its turn. It's just going to turn and go for Thura again. They seem to be focusing a lot on Thura. You're not sure why.
Fairly certain why.
Neither of them hit.
They both have advantage though.
Oh yeah, because she's stunned.
Yeah.
Natural 20 on one, the other one didn't.
Oh.
Its maximum damage is 24. So she takes another 24 damage. She's looking pretty hurt. As it takes 2 big old swipes with its battle axe at her. The other one that's up next to... The 2 more that are up next to Thura are going to both try to grapple her.
I would like them to not, though.
So that's... Thura's the prismatic.
Oh.
Yeah, that one managed just to grapple. And then the other one also going for it. Thura manages to kick it away. So she is grappled by 1. Which is this one. And then the one that's in its like fish form is going to take 3 attacks actually. A bite at you,
Yeah.
and then 2 claws at
won't succeed.
Silkus. So this is the bite at you. It's an actual 11 plus.
I think they're on the opposite sides of the boat, aren't they?
It's gonna run. It's gonna go for him, and then it's gonna run across.
Yep.
It's not
Charging
very
at my
wide
mouth
boat.
first.
So that's a 17 to hit you.
Just hits. It's getting a face full of steel as it bites.
Doesn't do that much. Damage. That's only a 5.
You know that really metallic
5
taste you
damage.
get when you like bite a fork?
And it's
Yeah.
gonna leave your melee
Picture
range.
It's alright, I can't take reactions anyway.
And it is going to go attack Silkus with.
Does it go past Sariel?
No, it doesn't have to go past Sariel for this.
Okay.
As it runs up to Silkus and takes 2 claw attacks, which are both. That's an 18 and a 25 to hit. So both of them hit.
Can't wait to
Yep.
hunt down this gross fish creature.
And he takes 12 damage total from its claws. That is its turn. John, you are no longer stunned.
Finally, hooray!
What would you like to do?
Okay. So the particularly injured one is one of the ones that's trying. The like first.
The one that
was
got kicked away from Thura
Is-
when it was trying to grapple her.
That's the one of the ones that's still trying to grapple her.
It's
again now?
there. It tried and has
yeah.
failed, and it looks like it's going back for another try.
Okay. Well, I'm going to like shake my head and recklessly attack it.
Okay, roll your damage. Roll your damage. Roll your attacks. Wow!
yeah!
Don't roll your damage, I guess. What's your max damage?
34.
Fuck!
So now,
Yeah, you wipe that one off the face of the planet.
so yeah, that like plunge a belaying pin right through its head and it drops to the ground.
Yep. So that's one attack.
And I'm gonna try and grapple the other one.
Okay, so it's going to be a grapple chain.
Yeah.
All right. Natural 20.
Yeah.
on its resistance. Is that your turn?
Wow.
That's my turn.
It is now Thura's turn. Who's
What
going
did you
to
hit
attempt
him with?
to
A belaying pin
yeah.
For 34?
right through his head. It seems.
That's that, and against its. Wow, she just barely succeeds on breaking out of its grapple, so it is she is no longer grappled by it, and that's her action. She's going to disengage with a bonus action and move out of range next to you, Sariel. So Thura is now standing next to you. That's her turn. Varamas, back to you.
Cool. As I see she's no longer grappled, I would like to, from like the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
this massive chain comes out, wraps around this
Okay.
The one that was in contact with Thura.
Yep.
Not
Awesome.
particularly worried about the one that's up in my face.
Yep.
And I'm going to make a melee spell attack.
Okay. Oh my god! So many natural 20s today!
So that is 12 piercing damage,
Okay.
and I would like to pull it into the ocean. Like, rip it back
So
into
what
the
is
sea.
this spell?
Thornwhip,
I see.
but reflavored. If I can do that, then I will be happy.
You're on that 20, I'll allow it.
Sick.
So is this a grapple check?
If the attack hits, the creature takes 1d6 piercing damage, and if the creature is larger or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you. But I don't want it closer to me. I want it in the ocean.
Okay, you with this whip, so the rest of you watch. It's
Did you just
this
say
chain.
whip?
This chain flies up out of the oceans, attached to nothing but just ever extending, wraps itself around this creature, binding its tentacles to tendrils to its body, and then rips it sideways. It trips over the bulwarks of the ship and goes tumbling off into the sea. You don't see any further sign of it for now, and you have ripped it off into the sea.
Sorry, 24 points of damage.
24 points of damage. Damn, son.
And the one that's up with me... Can I sacrifice my move action for a grapple?
No, you've already reflavored some stuff.
Alright, no worries. I will just stare at it in the face and do this. And as I do this, I cast Sizing Corona straight into its eye. 6
Damn,
points
it's
of
like,
damage.
I see
That's
you,
6
but you
points.
won't see me.
32. Okay. That is your turn.
Yeah.
Sariel and Sulfur. Sulfur's still hiding, right?
Yes.
Okay, Sariel, is your turn.
I'm a cast Hunter's Mark on the one that was up in my face.
Okay, yep. Same one.
Yeah.
Did you just
And
draw
then-
a wavy line for ocean?
No, I wrote Ocean. It looks like a wavy line, but I wrote it. Roll your attack.
And I'm gonna shoot it.
Yep, go for it.
16.
16 hits.
That's the lowest roll I've done for an attack.
Oh, I'm
Jesus
so
Kind of
sorry.
impressive. It's kind of impressive, actually. That's 13, 15, 18.
18 damage. Good
Yep.
God. Okay.
Yeah. 2 on 1, 5, 2. Wait, no. There wasn't a 2 before. I don't know what there was before. Never mind. I moved the dice, and it was just like... It was higher than that. I don't know. But, yeah, 18.
Okay, fantastic. That's being noted down.
I
is
moved
that
it,
your
and then I'm
turn?
like, wait. It doesn't matter.
That's your turn?
Is anything near me enough
There's
to be
Thura
attacking me?
near you.
I can't do anything because I used my action and my bonus action.
The one that you just shot is next to Silkus.
Yeah, I can't do anything else other than move, and I don't want to move closer to one, so that's fine.
Okay.
Wait,
Wait.
you said before that Silkus sort of went towards that canvas thingy.
Yeah, Sulcus is right next to Sulfur.
Now, I asked you earlier if I felt infected after it bit me, and I rolled. You didn't answer.
What did you roll? Do you know?
It was like a 12.
Okay. You can't feel anything different?
I don't trust that to know. She's gonna stay there. I was gonna go in and attack with protect Silkus with her, but no.
Okay. Speaking of, Silkus, it's his turn.
Okay.
I'm
Silkus
sorry if
is
you
like-
die, Silkus.
You know, Sulfur! And Silcus is gonna bop a Dragon's Breath cold version onto Sulfur.
Okay.
I just received a Discord message from IT saying I rolled a 16 for the infected or not roll.
Well, there you go. You don't feel infected.
And then he's gonna dodge.
Okay, so he's casting Dragon's Breath on Sulfur for cold damage
Yeah.
and using his action to dodge.
Yep.
Okay. It
This
is.
is cool because last time she opened her mouth and she had lightning. What's she gonna have this time?
It is the turn of the one that's in Silkus's face, which is going to take 2 attacks at disadvantage.
Yeah.
So the first attack doesn't hit. That's a 10. The second attack, I rolled nat 20 by accident, is a 12.
Just misses because of mage armor.
Oh my god, the mage armor! Fucking hell. There you go. So both miss. As Silkus is dodging in between these attacks. Quick! The one that's in the ocean is in the ocean. The one that's up next to you is going to take an attack at you, a bite at you. This is the other one that's up next to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bite at you and 2 swipes at the crew next to you.
What, you want to break your teeth? Sorry, hold on. What, you want to break your teeth?
For you, that's a natural 18.
Oh, yeah.
For the crew, it will hit with those as well. So the bite is only, again, minimum damage, 5 damage.
Cool.
Plus the 2 claw attacks against the crew. Does a total of 12 damage against the crew members next to you.
Any of the crew members looking really rough?
Crew's looking okay. The crew is looking okay. John, it is now your turn.
Okay. So there's one guy up with me and Thura at the moment, right?
No, none of them are engaged with you. One of them is engaged with near the stern of the ship with Varamas and the crew that are surrounding the shields. One of them is engaged with Silkus at the forepeak near the front of the ship. And the only other one that you are aware is alive is in the ocean.
I'm going to go help out Silkus.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to rush to the front and I'm going to recklessly attack this one.
Throw him off the ship.
Oh my god, can you like spear tackle him and then just like flip him over the side?
You can do a lot more than that.
So that is
Use him as a weapon.
25.
Hits.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh wow!
Well,
It was a big hit.
Guys.
It was a big hit, but the dude's a stuntman.
so that's 12 damage.
12 damage, okay.
As I like ram into him and his back sort of like crashes against the like structure supporting a forepeak.
Alright, yeah. You've still got a bonus action.
So I do. Yeah, I'm gonna try and grapple him.
Okay, well, roll your grapple thing.
That's I have advantage on grapple because I'm raging. I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, you do it.
Yeah, cool.
It rolled an 8.
Yeah.
So you now have it grappled. And that's... Let me get another one out for that. Your grapple is on that one.
Oh hell yeah! Thought whip's a cantrip.
Fuck, it is, isn't it? Thura, that's your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Thura, who's standing next to Sariel, is going to down a potion and heal herself. What are the different potion levels?
That saves me my action. And my last level 1 spell slot.
I only remember the lowest level one. Yeah.
Oh, it's a superior, is it?
It is. 3, 4, 8. Wow, that's really good. 3, 4, 8, 11, plus 4, 15. So she heals herself for 15 points.
That's pretty good.
Oh god, I did this the wrong way around, didn't I? Okay. So Thura uses her bonus action to down a potion. She's then going to run up to the one that's engaging you and the crew. And she's going to make 2 attacks against it. Both hit real easily. And that is a total of another 12 damage to it. Varamas, your turn.
Looking through my fun happy list here. I'm the one that's up close to me, how's it looking?
It's looking pretty rough.
Cool.
I forget that he doesn't have a book at the moment because he's a different character. I was like, why aren't you using your book? Oh.
He's looking pretty rough, you say?
Yeah, pretty rough.
Pretty rough?
Pretty rough.
Okay. I'm going to... I'm just going to wave at him and cast Thorn Whip again. Out of the ocean.
Okay. Okay. God, this might have to nerf you.
Natural 20. Natural 18. Close enough.
Okay, I allowed it once. That was my problem.
I mean, that was a natural 20.
It was a natural 20, but
Yeah, well, I just don't like the idea of it just being like this crappy little whip. Just something coming up out of the ground or whatever.
I mean, it doesn't specify in the spell description that you have to have it come from you, so yeah.
That is 8 piercing damage.
8 piercing damage. Yep.
And I guess he gets pulled 10 feet closer to me, even though he...
The whip comes up out of the ocean.
Yeah.
Wraps around and pulls. But it pulls him 10 feet, but it doesn't pull him off the ship.
Yeah,
this time.
that's fine.
This time it's not. He's not close enough to the edge. Is that your turn?
No.
Okay.
Is still looking pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
I need to keep this guy engaged with me, I feel, so I'm going to walk up. Well, I say engage. I'm actually going to just walk over to the one that's near Silkus, and as I walk, I just throw an incising Corona back at this dude.
At this one?
Yeah, 6.
Okay. Yeah, it's not looking happy at all.
And now I'm heading up to the one that John's grappling.
Okay, cool. Sariel.
We'll do Sulfur first. She's gonna
Okay.
use this breath weapon. What does it do?
Dragon's Breath.
Dragon's Breath.
I forgot about that.
Yep. So
She's gonna run out and
so
bark at it and release whatever happens.
So I'm assuming she's angling it so it's not gonna grab my hand, but yeah, so that
As much as she can. She'll be pretty much aiming
Run
at
up
his
to
knees.
it and just like put her face like in
So-
his stomach and just
No, she's going like to his knees.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Use
she's
its
aiming at his
action to-
kneecaps.
Taking it out of the knees. Ooh.
Yeah, a 15-foot cone of the chosen energy type. So each creature makes a dex save.
Okay.
And then what do I roll?
Oh, natural 18 on the save.
So that's 3d6 cold damage, but half of that because it was a
Okay.
successful save.
3d6. Here we go. Oh. 12.
So 6
So
damage.
6. So I got a 6, and then a 5 and a 1.
Okay, that's Sulphur's turn. Sorry.
Yes, and then, so the one that I Hunter's marked, was it the one being grappled or the one that
It's the
just
one
got
being
pulled?
grappled. Yeah. It's having a bad
I'm gonna
time.
shoot it.
Okay. You have... Don't worry. Never mind.
Advantage?
No, you don't, because it's a ranged weapon.
17.
17 to hit hits. Have you guys missed a single attack against these guys? I don't think you have.
I think we have. Yeah, I
17.
crit failed my first thing.
17 damage on a 17 to hit.
And got some fangs through my hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm having some interesting luck today.
Alright. Yoln, as you're grappling this
Yeah.
thing, suddenly there's just this of cold energy and then an arrow that flies into it from the side, just barely missing your arm.
That's how it feels to chew 5 gum.
Silkus, is his turn.
Oh, so it's still alive?
Oh yeah, it's not by much, but it is.
Okay.
Like one of its
Like
one
to
of its
breathe on.
tendrils is actually being just completely shorn off. It's
Yeah.
just like flapping around on the ground at this point.
Yeah, he's gonna try and hit it. Try and get a frostbite going on it.
Okay, he's gonna
It's
come
like-
to the other side from just.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
Con save.
con save.
These guys had no idea who they were taking on when they boarded this boat.
That's 14. on the con save.
Which, hang on, I need to double check.
His spell save DC should be...
I mean, it would be. I think it's 15. It's kind of hard to read.
Oh my god, this guy. So it's 8 plus proficiency, so it's 11 plus his intelligence modifier,
Which
so
is 4.
15.
15. Cool.
So it fails.
It fails.
So roll your damage for Silkus against the con save.
5 damage. 5 cold damage.
5 damage. With that, it freezes in place. Your arms slip off of it.
Yeah.
It topples and just... It doesn't shatter, but it hits the ground and the ice just... and it is dead. So that is that one gone. Is that his turn?
Yeah. Yeah, that's his turn.
Okay. The other one is not returning from the ocean yet. You haven't seen it come back. And the one that's engaged with you is now going to... It's going to withdraw and run straight for the edge of the ship. So you get an opportunity attack.
No, I don't.
The other guys do.
No, he doesn't because he moved.
2 of the others do.
I
Dual 16s.
I sacrifice my reaction for my incising corona, which just deals extra
fair enough.
damage.
It gets dealt 11 damage
Oh,
and is running towards the edge of the ship. He falls flat on the deck of the ship and just skids. And with that, we're effectively out of combat. You don't know where the last one that you threw off the ship is, but
I do want to look over the edge of the ship.
roll a perception check.
23.
23. You don't see it at all.
Silkus is going to drop off, is going to use Detect Thoughts.
Okay. He casts that. He doesn't pick up any blips outside of the ship.
I'm not finding any thoughts of anything. I can't really detect anything there. Like, I
Was,
didn't...
was there a dude in the boat? Like, in one of the dinghies?
There's one dude there still. He's on the other
I
side.
already
from the
asked
side
about
that you
him.
threw over.
Yeah.
He's
He looked terrified.
He's still there, hiding as far into the dinghy as he can possibly get.
I'm gonna head on over there. I'm still in my metal form. And I'm going to board his dinghy.
The plank is like under your weight. The dinghy just... the dinghy gets significantly further into the water.
So are there more of those?
I didn't even know they were there.
Okay.
Those were my friends.
Well, this is going to be an interesting trip. Because we still have to get to Gradalia, so... Saddle up, you're taking us to your ship.
Yep.
Okay. At this point, Thura calls out, "We'll offer some men to get you over there."
I offer the guy who is shaking a drink some of my whiskey.
No, okay. He takes it gladly and sculls that shit.
Don't forget you're driving.
So you all board the dinghies. You all fit on 2 of them. The third one is not necessary. But 2 of the Umbral Gorgon's crew will row all 3. Row that one over as well as a couple of others joining to get you to the island. The crew of the other ships have stood waiting, unable to do anything about any of this, on the shore of the island, just watching. And as you all sidle up, what looks to be the captain steps forward and addresses you and says, "What happened there?"
Several monsters happened.
Your welcoming party turned into a boarding party.
And then a monster party.
They had tentacles.
So is this
Are you the only one left? And he talks to the guy who was cowering in the dinghy, and he just nods. And he immediately turns, addresses the rest of his crew. Or he looks at the rest of his crew. If any one of you turns out to be one of these things, there'll be hell to pay.
Oh yeah, because that's totally gonna make them like fess up. Like, oh yeah, I'm a tentacle dude.
Get out of here now. No one moves. They're all just either frozen in place or kind of nervously shifting about. I'm not sure what's going on. And as you climb out of the dinghies and onto the shores of the island of Scow, that's where we're going to end the session.
I am staying in my steel form for as long as possible,
Okay.
which is 2.5 hours.
What?
It's 2 hours.
Okay.
Can we note if I hope that Silkus will leave Dragon's Breath going for as long as possible.
It's a minute.
Yeah, it's a minute, so it's
Damn.
But-
not much longer than this.
But what Silkus is going to do, because I assume we're going to go to sleep here, or are we going to pick that up next session?
Oh, we'll pick that up next session.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Where Josh will be here to play some of
yeah.
this, so he'll be able to do that himself. But thank
we'll
you, everyone, so much for watching. We've had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have enjoyed our content, give us a follow here on Twitch. It is always appreciated. You'll catch our future streams. Also, we do upload our VODs to YouTube, so you can use the links in chat or in the panels below to go over there if you want to watch them in future. Follow us all on Twitter, as you can see, up there and down there for everyone else. You'll find updates there on our Maximum Altitude Twitter, and of course from each of us individually we'll be tweeting about stuff as you go. Michael is fantastic to follow, because every time you get a notification for him, you don't know if it's going to be in a language you can read or not, but when it is, it's usually hilarious.
You also don't know
And
if
when
it's
it's-
going to be several weeks old or...
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
And when it's not, it's in Banderilli, which is the canonical language now.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. Hope you all have fun. We will see you next time. Until then... Take it easy!
I will.